Right. All right. Shalom. We brothers of Great Millstone, the church in Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, we'll begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakadash.
In the ancient Hebrew tongue, those be the correct names of the Heavenly Father, of the God Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also, like to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there, and as always, believers. So, yeah, we're back once again through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Shai. This is going to be the second consecutive indoor camp. You know, the weather has been pretty much iffy out here, man. But, you know, as we often speak to, the faces and the places might change, but the message is always the same. And pretty much we are here, we've been raised up and sent forth to pronounce judgment against America, Babylon the Great, which is a concept that lies within the Holy Scriptures. It is actually fast approaching. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise. That's why it's a diligent spirit on the prophets to, you know, continue to expound on his word. And simultaneously, the Lord have things coming to pass that accommodates, you know, pretty much co-sign what we've been saying.
Yeah, I got a quick precept for
you. Yeah, come on.
Because you were speaking, the brother was speaking to, you know, hey, no matter whether it's inside, outside, no matter the conditions, hey, we're supposed to be doing his work. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 2. Preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
Look up that word instant.
Yeah.
Because again, the Lord, he got the momentum moving towards the kingdom of heaven, man. Right? Hey, you know, in the world, you might hear somebody say he's selling wolf tickets. Right? God said, pull up. He said, I'm pulling up. Now, make it 7:30. No, the Lord don't work like that. The Lord is actually pulling up. That's why when you read Matthew 24th chapter, it speaks about those days being shortened. See? And that's the same with, you know, when you go into the ancient world, before that war, they would clash. They show you that in a lot of period pieces. They don't be voicing around. They don't be timid, pussyfooting around. Those horses, they be flying into the battle. So that's the same with how about some outside, man. The Lord is hastening this thing. Matter of fact, somebody get Zephaniah the 1st chapter. Yeah, come on.
Instant, it says, to be at hand, be ready, of time to come upon, of rain. It says, to place at, place upon, or place over, to stand at, be present.
Right, yeah, that's making it happen, man. You see? Right? So the Lord,
of persons coming upon one suddenly.
Right, right. So Yahweh Shemaiah sent forth the prophets to serve as the segue. When you read Malachi, I believe that's Malachi, the 3rd chapter, right? Which speaks about the Lord sending forth pretty much a messenger. Right? That was the lot of John the Baptist. Noah, right? Before the flood, Noah had to come on the scene. See? But Noah represented, he served as a symbol of the Lord hastening judgment.
I gotta bring it out. I gotta bring this.
Strong's G 2476. Yes, Timmy. Yes, Timmy.
It says to go into it in the third understanding, it says to establish a thing, to cause it to stand, to uphold or sustain the authority or force of anything.
Oh, you see that? Beautiful, man. So even though we are scoffed at, right, overall, there's a heavy emphasis on discrediting the ministry. You got people who look at us and they hold us as insignificant. But that doesn't negate the fact that we're a representation of a higher power. See it?
All
right, so it was more than that?
That was it.
You got something?
Real quick, thank you. Mark 1:15 It says, in saying the time is fulfilled,
Mhm.
and the kingdom of the Most High is at hand.
Mhm.
Repent ye and believe the gospel.
That's it. So the kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. Right? So this is a sense of urgency. And guess what? Us understanding that is even comfort. Because why? We're not going to stop with each and every Israelite that we see and expound on the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Scripture say what? We will not surpass, all of Israel will not be surpassed, so to speak, before right before the Lord comes, man. You see, so this is a thing of tightening up, as we ate in the first Exodus, right? We had to gird up our loins, we had to eat with the staff in hand. It was a overtone of hastening the moment. So this is what's on display with the ministry that's before you now, man. You're not sitting back and, hey, you ever heard of a book called the Book of? No, we ain't got time to sit down and walk you through it. All right, so was that it up?
Yeah,
All right, come on, we got something?
Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose,
Mhm.
and that he shall not die in the pit,
Mhm.
nor that his bread shall fail.
Yep, you got that.
Come. Yeah, that's the spirit that we in. You know, we hasten to the coming of Yahweh by Shah. Right? And it said the captive exile. So we understand this is hell. You know, we understand we in prison. Right? And it also said that our bread shall not fail.
Right.
You know, this truth, man. We're being satisfied, we're being satiated, you know, and what produces, you know, that bread not failing is the promises playing out right before our eyes.
Right.
You know?
Ah,
Right.
beautiful,
That's what's
beautiful.
sustaining us.
Right.
See, we hear more about food shortages. That's actually feeding us.
Right.
Fulfill it.
Yeah, it's fulfilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's satisfying.
So feed
Take
your
it from
faith.
you, but feed us.
Yeah, that's it.
Feeding your faith.
Mhm.
It should make the faith grow. You know, so because remember what faith is, the evidence of things not seen, right? So if you see it, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Mhm.
So that's real faith because you was waiting upon something when you didn't see it in a concrete sense.
Mhm.
It was in an abstract sense, which is compatible to a spiritual sense, which is being proven, right? And then when it happens, that should build your faith.
Yeah, basically, we need this place to be destroyed. We need
That's
everything to fall apart.
That's it.
You hear a story of a chain of restaurants being open. You should feel
Right, that's true.
like
That's
shit,
true.
man.
Yeah.
You know, like that same chain of restaurants closing down.
Hey, that's heavy because I'll say like a day or two ago, I think I was in Hoover, and there was some major little chains was closing.
Mm.
You know, me and Maria, and I was like, see, we were rejoicing over it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, something like a David Buster's. Not saying it was there, but I'm saying a big chain was closing down in Hoover. It's not like they weren't getting no business and stuff like that.
Yeah, they got to pay bills. The Lord put them in the snare. When you look at it from a financial perspective, they still got to pay the bills. They got, you know, nobody knows sure if it's slow this week, if the inventory didn't go as fast that week, opposed to this week, you still have to pay the goddamn power. So the doors is closing, man.
Right.
But you know, just to add to what you were saying,
Right.
we get off on the bad news, man. The evil titans, that's the bread not failing them, man. You got something? Yeah. Oh, you see what I'm saying?
I had what you called it.
Oh, okay. Come on.
Yeah, Psalm 112, verse 7. I read it in the NLT. It says, they do not fear bad news.
Yep, read that again.
They do not fear bad news.
Right, that's concerning the elect, man. And the true believers of our Lord Yahweh Shah. We don't fear the evil titans. In fact, we need that. Just as Noah, and it seems like we touch on that every week now, man. Noah needed the rain. He needed that. Come on.
He says, they confidently trust the Lord Yahweh by Shemashah to care for them.
Hey, why didn't Noah need the rain? Because look where he put all his blood, sweat, and tears. He invested so much into an ark. See? So we're investing so much into this. Right? We need the destruction. Read that again from the top.
Okay. Psalm 112, verse 7. They do not fear bad news. They confidently trust the Lord Yahweh by Shemashah to care for them.
Right. Yeah. We understand that the report entails being preserved. See, somebody got to resume the lot of being kept. See? Go ahead.
Verse 8 say they are confident and fearless and face their foes triumphantly.
Confident, man.
Yeah, 100%. One word to describe confidence is faith. Having faith. Believe
That's what the word means, with faith.
with faith.
So that's an attribute. And we approach this confidently. We don't step to the mic with any doubts. You know, we're not looking over our shoulders like, you know what, it might not be a crash. Maybe America might recover, regain its footing. It might not go to a digital. No, we don't operate like that. You see?
That's our faith.
Yep, come on.
Hebrews 4:2. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them.
Right, everybody heard this gospel, man.
Mhm.
All of you. Go ahead.
It says, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
Beautiful,
Good, man.
beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's not going to profit you if you don't have faith.
I got one thing.
See, you got to believe, man.
Yeah.
And because that's how you take steps. Even with a baby, right? You see a baby, it took faith for that baby. You know, they take their first steps. There's something within them that make them believe that they can actually take that step.
Yeah.
Else they'll just be there, you know? So faith is really an action.
That's what it is.
That's right.
That really faith is an action.
That's it. That's
Right.
it.
Yeah,
Just
it's a
like the
word,
word
yeah.
love. It's an action.
It's an action.
To
Yeah,
believe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you got to be in a constant state. You're in the progress of it.
You that's
Yes, connect is like
faith.
what Esau called.
Yeah, that's
Kinetic, you
faith.
got
Faith
potential
is,
energy.
faith is the state of faith brings on the state of believing.
Yeah, Esau called it kinetic energy in science. You got potential energy. You could be doing something, but you stagnant. But this motherfucker that's moving, that's kinetic. It's moving, it's living. The Lord is about kinetic energy.
Hey, that's why the story of Stephen Noah, it was framed with him building.
Yeah,
Simultaneous.
Yeah.
See, because it pretty much captured the faith.
I got a quick one for you.
See, now come on.
God,
Matter of
this
fact,
is
somebody get that in Hebrews 11.
the point.
Yeah.
It's twofold, but
Well, if I may, let me say
you
this, right?
got
The Spirit got this coming out, man.
Got
And see, when you think of that, when you consider it, then that means we about to move in, which we already know. But we closing in on some unprecedented times.
yeah, it's right. It's right.
And
Yeah.
this thing is calculated. When the Lord have these messages coming out, the Lord is channeling what He wants to be conveyed to the congregation.
Uh,
You see?
Yeah.
And it's a time and a place, and this is the platform in which it's done.
Yeah.
So why all of a sudden faith coming up,
Yeah.
moving, and acting?
Yeah.
You got to be able to internalize it, not just for you to have you feel butterflies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
this ain't about that. You know what I mean? I said that. You know, no, right? You get lightheaded. It's a beautiful thing, you know, but it's time to internalize the message and see
Yeah.
what's the objective.
Yeah.
Is. Why are we shifting towards the faith and fidelity of one being the right, being on display? Right.
Yeah, this going into his faith. This I'm gonna make a point at 7, but the point is at verse 8. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and the gift to stroke the heart. I wanted to go into mad because the brother's going into that faith. It says for surely oppression. We catching hell daily. What do we pray for? We pray for our daily bread. Don't give me too much, don't give me too low, because you give me too low, I gotta steal, I'll make it look bad. But if I go too high, I'm gonna forget about it. Everything good. So hey, the Lord say, hey, our daily bread. So when you go into the word mad, it goes into shine or to be boastful. So let's hear it again. For surely oppression maketh the wise man to what? To shine. In the sense of all this oppression, we are gonna know how to move. Jacob's light is gonna be dim more and more. The more Esau oppress him, the more the light get taken out of Jacob. But Jake is gonna be mad. You see, that's a double entendre to play on words with the Lord. Jake gonna be pissed off and he's gonna ride. But this brother, he's mad too, but he's gonna shine. He's gonna move in the spirit of the Lord. He's gonna move in a way that will receive, that could give him salvation. But I'll finish off. Verse 8 going, it says, better is the end of a thing, because we were speaking to faith. Him walking in it, him seeing the oppression, him going through the oppression. But I didn't pimp out my daughter. I didn't shoot this Jake. I didn't go sell no, this woman didn't go sell no box. I didn't go defraud her brother. You see, I shined. I moved righteously when all options was to move wicked. But I showed my faith. I showed my faith in the face of oppression. Right? It says, you got
too. Because again, we using it oppression in a positive sense.
That's right.
You know, instead of us fueling
They're not cherish the good works.
Yeah, cherishing the good works. But instead of us fueling it in weakness, we're fueling it in righteousness, man. Because a nigga, he'll go through hell, he'll put it in a rap lyric and do the same thing again. But when we go through hell, we basically improve ourselves.
Yeah.
Bible can shout real quick. Let me pull this out. This First John 3 and verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, and that's what talking, man. Talking shit, bro. It's the difference between talk to talk and walk to walk, bro. And that's what we have to learn in this truth, especially learning yourself, learning how to deal with yourself, learning how to deal with you as an individual. You know what I'm saying? You learn to love and not just in word. Read this again. It says, my little children, love not in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. Because in order to be in this truth, you have to be real with your damn self, man.
That's right. That's right.
You know? And a part of being real with yourself, yeah, you're going to go through hell. Yeah, we're going to go through shit, man. But guess what? It's an end to it. Just going back to the precept that you're going in.
Yeah, you got it.
Going back to the precept that you're going in. We got it.
All right. Hey, going back. Ecclesiastes verse 7, verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. Because remember how hellish it was when we first came into, you had to get cussed out. You had to get rebuked. You had to stop eating pork. You had to stop doing. It's a lot of shit you cut the fuck off, man. But
hate from your family.
But this was all based off what? Faith. Faith of the Lord. It says,
If I make Salah,
you got it?
and that's why going back to the prophecy, that's why we lean on the prophecy. That's our comfort, man.
That's right.
know,
That's right.
Out of all, despite all this shit you go through, you got an outlet. It's a light at the end of the tunnel by holding fast to the words of Yahweh.
And it's every point, like brother poured out earlier, that your bread should not fail.
That's it.
That's that light at the end of the tunnel. You read a precept,
Yeah.
You not cussing nobody out.
This said Isaiah 55. Let your soul delight itself in fatness.
Is it, bro?
Show you that it's this word that was going to satisfy you. You know, and these prophecies that's unfold. What else could you do but eat on it, man? Be satisfied and believe more. Because that's what the report said it was going to take place, man. You know? You got to watch it.
All right, finishing off, it says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. The patience, and we know what patience goes into. It goes into the sufferings. All right? And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Because you got a lot of Jakes out here, these Lord gonna save us regardless. Or the Lord dealing with me, you know, Jake done lost. Hey, we got examples of Jake that has lost patience in the spirit of the Lord, just through a thing of pride. I've been in 10 years, 20 years. But the Lord is asking us, it says, patient in the spirit. He that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. The sufferance, man. What we go through. How do you apply your faith? How do you maintain it? Because these situations, we gonna be in Lord knows what in these situations. How do you respond to the oppression or the hell that the Lord bring? He put you in. Like, how do you respond to it, man? Because that's what we're going to. How do you apply your faith to the Lord? This brother gonna go about it this way. This brother gonna go about it that way. But how do you go about it, man? The Lord said He's gonna cause you to shine, man, in that face of the oppression. That's that level of faith that we keep it, man. So I'll just finish. It says the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
Just got the point. Because when Jake go through hell, man, Jake shine off that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even the stories we hear about Jake getting like the gutter for a lack of better words. That's the same story here today, man. The restoration of Israel is a heavy move that we playing in today, man.
Right.
If you see the estate that we was in the time of Solomon and David, the regime that we once had, then you fast forward in the time of slavery, that's a big fell off, man. And just imagine how we're going to be in the kingdom. We're going to be even past that in the kingdom of heaven.
Look at niggas glory in rappers. Yeah, Cardi B will tell you she done blue rod. This dude will tell you he done killed somebody, he done soldier, he done did nefarious things in life. But his end all in America now is what? He's a rapper. You can see him, you can see the money. Everybody can glory in this Jake. What for us in this walk, man? Like, it's the rag to riches story. You can glory in this nigga, but You can't glory in yourself.
Yeah.
The Lord is bringing you up on the level.
Yeah.
We can read of ourselves in this thing. He gonna glory in LeBron. You can't glory in yourself. You can't glory in this brother. You see him coming up. This is what it is, man.
But you know what? It goes back to, we mentioned that earlier briefly. It goes back to levels.
Yeah.
So it's levels amongst Israel, and they haven't been given the eyes. What's that? Matthew 13. They don't have the mindset, the mental capacity to see into the future.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that, you know what? That dictates one's very being. Right? Knowing the future. Oh, it went back to him starting to build the ark. Right? But the people who was blinded. Matter of fact, Dr. Can we get that real quick? You know what I want? I think it's a 1 Peter.
Because the spirit.
You got that? That's spirit. Come on.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's spirit. And because it's Yahweh that's testifying against you. See? And I want to add something too. The brother was making a point, right? It's touching the proud in spirit versus the patient in spirit. Which that was a great point. Right? When you look at it from a micro perspective, up close and personal, you got a lot of proud jakes out here because their mindset is they got it figured out. That's why the scripture said, lean not to your own understanding. But from a big picture, that crowd is concerning Esau. Because remember, when you go back to the humble beginnings, and that's the spirit we was going into how even back then, how Esau was boasting in being the first born.
That's beautiful.
But what happened, what was at the center, what was at the center, if you will, of these two entities? One who didn't display patience. Remember Esau? He came, the door swung open, and what was literally on the table? The birthright. The promise, it was on the table. And he thought that that devil thought that he could finesse that.
Yeah.
He thought that he can make that pack and steal on the back end.
Right. Yeah.
You know? So it was a proud approach versus
patient approach.
Spirit.
Yeah,
it's really, and we touched on that last week, we are the offspring of those two progenitors. So you see the patience really in a big picture as all those years now we're here. We had to be patient though. We can't boast in that. You can't say, you know what, I'm patient. Because I'm gonna say this, if I can get the kingdom now,
I had it.
I'll do it. I'll do it, man. If the Lord gave me, if there was in the parameters of being lawful and not offending our power, if you said, brother, you want to go ahead and do the kingdom now? But it's the Lord that got us waiting, man, so that we might fulfill what's written. So as we see it play out, right, we are categorized as the patient. None of us, not one as the great speeches, the fiery, the spirit get on somebody, spirit like get on to a fiery 5 minute, but that's not going to bring in the kingdom, man. It's all saying that you got to go back to the house and patiently wait on reinforcements. It's going to come in the form of the missiles. The reinforcement, they're going to come and tear this place up, and that's going to set off the next domino. See, that's going to provoke Yahweh to come. And Yahweh going to deliver us. See? Oh, yeah, can't forget about that.
35 years.
18 months of Russia. And they shit.
America's still on fire. Russia goddamn.
Jerry.
It's an article of Pew. Got binoculars looking over into the west.
Smoking.
Hey, the Lord said, I am against thee, oh
God.
God and Magog. Yeah. Got it.
That ties it all together. The Lord gonna kill two birds with one stone with that.
He was clearly telling them in there, it's like, hey, man, hey, don't get too proud. I'm using you, but I'm gonna touch you motherfuckers too, bro.
Right.
Even we talk about the body of the beast.
Yeah.
But the Lord gonna leave the feet down.
Right.
Like you a body, but your feet still. Talk about the feet of America. You just got feet everywhere. You know what I mean? Running shit.
That's the cut, though. That's the statue. Because that's a timeline, man. Once the storm comes, that's it. It don't say nothing else after that. A toe, right? A toe popped off, and and then you left in suspension. Right, then the chapter ends.
Yeah.
Right, and then the least of the toes,
Yeah.
you know, blew away. Then now it opens up your mind. Yo, man,
Yeah, so,
Yahweh started exclamation point.
right.
Yeah.
Come on, come on.
Hebrews 10:36, it says,
Mm-hmm.
but ye have need of patience.
Yeah.
That after
Hey,
he had
one
done,
reason you have need of patience when you read Ecclesiastes, second chapter. It speaks about how the Lord is long suffering,
Yeah.
you know, and then a different time frame.
Right.
Then like it seems long to you, but it ain't long to the Lord. Like you say, hey man, it could be 2 years, but shit, that wasn't no time to the Lord.
Yeah.
Man, you know, you've been tend to forget about your actions, but the Lord, to the Lord, is like that. So that's why the scripture said, read again.
but ye have need
That's
of
one
patience.
reason. You know what I'm saying? Then guess what? It makes you draw us free, and you have a Shai's appearance, patience. It's because when you try something, that's an action, right? So when your patience is tried, you getting slim, meaning every temptation you go through, you getting draws free, man. You've been made pure. You've been part of Revelation 14 chapter. Go ahead.
That after ye have done the will of Yahweh,
After, meaning what? It's a future time. That means you're gonna have to go through something later on. Go ahead, you're gonna receive that reward. Go ahead, because it's a reward for having patience. Man. Revelation 3rd chapter speak about that. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. So get what? Patience is gonna be what? Your defense. Go ahead, bro.
you might receive the promise.
Y'all see that? You might receive the promise, man.
They go back to Genesis.
See?
You wait all the time.
So it's like that word promises. That's a
That's
prophetic word.
That's it.
It's going to
That's
it.
it.
Future
That's
tense.
it. That's it. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you later
So you
on.
look that word promise. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that word is for the future tense. Going back, I mentioned that going back to Genesis, it was ultimately for a later date for that promise to fully be on display here.
Right.
Which is
That's
the
it.
kingdom of heaven, man. You know?
And it says you're gonna have need of patience. You know, remember the old Twilight Zone we used to make mention of. You're gonna need this. The guy,
Yeah.
I got what you need.
I got what you need.
Right. So in a time like this, there's barren of faith, a time barren of truth, a time where it's vexing.
Yeah.
You hear it, you're gonna need this.
Yeah, that's right.
You're gonna need patience, man.
That's true.
Yes.
You're gonna need that. That's gonna have to actually contribute to your makeup.
Right.
See, and the Lord has in his, you know what, man? That's mercy, man. That's a gift. The Lord gave us the patience,
Yeah,
like to not lose it, because you kind of got, you got something to lean on now. You can say, hey, I was vexed, you know. You can,
Right.
right?
Right.
You got, you can frame it. You can use certain terminology, right?
Yeah. Like the blow off speed.
Like you use certain words.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
That clearly,
Lingo,
yeah, the lingo.
Yeah.
I was vexed, Salakia. You know?
Indignation.
Right. The indignation of the Lord was
You know what I'm
upon you.
saying?
Right? That was you, you know. All new press. You did that.
You did
that. But you got to display patience, man.
Right.
You know your worth.
Right.
Think about that. You know your worth, but you have to concede. You see, it's just like you might be a mechanic, a sheet metal mechanic. You know you worth $30.
Yeah.
But then you're in a system that forces you, you're in a market that forces you to take this much until you have to suffer that.
Yeah,
But
you
you
gotta
think
suffer.
the person gonna suffer that? No, because he know his worth. He gonna say, I'm not suffering that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to a market that's better. But see, we have to sit here and watch
Wait.
everything. We know our worth.
Yeah.
We know just by calling on the name sincerely, we got power. But yet you have to concede to a guy.
But
Right. We didn't have his signal on.
yeah.
And you can't blow at him.
Yeah. I blow at the cat coming, trying to help him.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Man, that's the spirit.
He run.
I said, I hope this guy
He
don't
did.
come and get you, because I was
He did.
following
He did.
and I saw it unfold.
Yeah.
And I saw the cartoon niggas in the Caprice.
Yeah,
and that is
boy.
it
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
If I would have You know what? I would have just never did nothing.
I'm
'Cause
trying
I-
That's a
to
voice is strong.
Right, that was like when I saw the computer, I said, I wouldn't have even said it to him.
Yeah.
But you know, I was just being diplomatic in the
Yeah,
sense.
trying to
I tell the guy to come on, make a left and get in front of him. So the guy never cut, so I went on, and I could see the guy. I go by him. So after I passed by, I looked at my wrist. I said, I know the guy finna flag me. Actually, that happened to me before. I simply blowed at a nigga, and he caught up with me in traffic and asked me what was up with him, you know? But you gotta be patient, you gotta suffer that. Or let's say like a guy, he an adulterer.
Right.
And you don't like him anyway. Right? Or whatever. You know, you lose patience and man, you know what, technically, man.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, but-
When no one is looking, you have to be patient.
Yeah. That's why the Lord always tells us to wax old in our works.
Right, right.
Wax old, and you're supposed to wax old in anything is to go through every step. It's to go through the process to a point it's like you understand. Because only the old man fully, when you look at it, he understands it. Now, do he understand me? No, but he has an understanding in life himself. You know, yeah.
That's why he patient.
Yeah, I've never seen an old man really outside of Edomites that every old Jacobson, he's been somewhat patient. The hell did he done call in life, and now he's at this particular space. He ain't speaking of anything. He's patient because he done went through the particular level of suffering. He understands that. Hey man, I'm gonna.
And then it's patient on a low level.
Yeah, on low level,
I want to make sure we said not to get that misconstrued.
Yeah.
Patient, you know.
Yeah.
Because them niggas, it's like but they don't have no parameters. Right? If it's not a speed limit for you, then really you just a free fall. So, like patience in a sense, an opportunity, like, okay, but you said no, that woman have a man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a whole different level of patience.
Yeah.
You know, because now the spirit of discipline is there, and you actually have to move to the beat of prophecy. You can't
go.
They gotta respect the person's
Right.
patience.
Right.
They respect Esau's law.
Right,
They respect the government.
Right. Nigga, I've been on this job for 42 years. Over Travis. Travis Burgers. Nigga had a truck down here since the 90s and beyond. And right, you might say, man, that boy Travis, you know, patiently getting that bread, you know, how we But he's not exhibiting because we tiptoe him, right? When you think about Second Ezra, is that the 7th chapter? The path with the so narrow is a dangerous path we have embarked on, fraught with danger, man. So you have to tiptoe,
Right.
and that's even patient.
You gotta be careful.
Right.
You can't just run through, you know.
Right. Fools rush in.
Yeah. And we like you going back to that patience. Yeah, we patient in righteousness. Well, we have a patient in righteousness. You know, like you said with the old cat. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's still a wicked nigga though.
Yeah, you still a wicked.
You know what I'm saying? But I understand comparison. But no, we gotta make it different. We gotta differentiate.
Yeah.
We got patience, righteousness. You know what I'm saying? He can have patience still catch a missile. You know what I'm saying? We having patience. Our patience is on a whole nother level.
Yeah, our patience is in the experience thereof, man.
Right.
It's actually going through and understanding why. Like JB thinking patience is just not being mad. Man, I'm mad, goddamn it. But
So you got something?
I'm trying to be patient with you. That's not Jake.
Yeah.
Right.
I got
It's like
something too.
it's like they going back on their patience, man. Because really, this is out of our control, man. It's up to the Lord. It's Psalms 123:2. Behold, as the eyes of a servant look into the hand of the masters, and as the eyes of the maiden into the hand of the mistress, so our eyes wait upon the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua.
And if I may, when you look at someone's hands, you watch them closely. Right?
True.
You watch someone's hands, because you can watch someone, but they watching their hand, that means you're paying attention to them.
That's what the police do.
Yep.
They come upon you, they want to see your hands.
Yep.
Show me your hands.
It says, read again. It says, and as the eyes of the maiden into the hand of her mistress, so our eyes wait upon the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, our power, until that he have mercy upon us. And just going back, we really reign on the mercies of Yahushua, man. Because even tells in the scriptures, for lack of better words, chill, hope that the Lord rise up against the prey. Basically, let the high vibe outside, let the Lord get the big piece of chicken before we go. For lack of better words, man, you know, Jake try to take over this kingdom by himself or do his own thing, and you know, self-will.
Generational wealth.
Yeah,
That's
generational.
trying to cancel out the curses.
Yeah.
Because they don't even know why they say such things.
Yeah.
Generation, you know, that
But,
reincarnation spirit.
And they were speaking that back in the time we had with shot generational wealth. That ain't a new thing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Jake trying to make power plays and power moves.
Mhm.
They think it's a power move, but they come to find out patience is a real chess move. It, you know,
Just like they say in the world, man, patience is a virtue. You know, it's a precious thing, man.
Right. And if I may too slightly, again, it's based upon standards. That's why Scripture said we walk according to this rule. So our patience is based, just like if your mom said, "Don't touch that." You in another realm. Somebody else in the room, but they got nothing to do with how you moving.
Yeah.
You can't reach out and touch that because you under order. So you displaying patience in that, because if you lose that patience,
right.
now you got to worry about a repercussion from the authority
Yeah.
that told your ass to wait.
Right.
Furthermore, where you going? That's the cut. Where you go? You finna go?
Yeah.
All right, sucks. Holla at you. Where you going to set out the kingdom, man? You going home, man? You a left, you know.
Luke 21.
You're gonna go home and exhibit more patience by doing a lesson. That's the patience one can get. You know, you resorted to reading.
Yeah.
That's a patience. Right. That's a very powerful patience. Going to this, you know. That's patience right there. Meanwhile, these niggas making missiles and trying to get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
To suffice. That's the proud spirit.
Yeah. Oh God.
We sit back with letters.
And the truth, you gotta conjure up patience.
Right.
You gotta pull it out of somewhere, and you're gonna need it. The script said in Luke 21:19, in your patience possess ye your soul.
Right.
Hey, we pray for patience, man. That's one of the major prayers that brothers pray for, man.
Yeah.
Which is you know, patience is submission to everything under submission to authority, submission to leadership, submission to order. As the elder mentioned, the example of somebody not touching the stove. It don't matter how many people come in and after you and what's that stove?
What they doing? Yeah.
Yeah, they go ahead and do it.
Yeah, you gonna see it. You
Right.
see the
They gonna
result.
touch
You know,
it.
as you
You ain't
see
never
people
touched
touch it, that contributes to you being more like, damn, why can't that, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Something lingering. It's almost drawing you in.
He got away with
It
it.
can tempt you, right? Yeah.
As a sentence against the evil work, not
Right.
executed.
Why do the wicked grow old?
Yeah.
You know, ask yourself, because these niggas prospering in a way. Everybody hate me though, you know?
Yeah. I got a quick. You was done with yours up. Because within patience, a thing of patience is always a gathering of experience. It's like the old man, he's patient, but what do he have on the side? Experience. The unpatient young man, he never becomes an old man because you die your father. I got two quick precepts and pass it back. This is Ecclesiasticus 20. Sirach or Ecclesiastes 25:6. It says, "Much experience is the crown of old men, and the fear of Yahweh is their glory." It says, "Much experience is the crown of the old man." Like, you can't gain experience without having a level of patience. You suffer through something. It's like, name one person that had all of this knowledge that didn't go through "you're wrong," that didn't go through "you're right," that didn't go through "hold on, wait, you're right, but you gotta wait. You know what? This is bad. Let's start this over." It's many experiences, many things that you're gonna foresee in this life of the Lord. It says, "Much experience is the crown of old men, and the fear of the Lord is their glory." I'll jump Proverbs 20:29, and this is the point. The glory of young men is their strength. How do we ever move in life? We move in the strength. But we all know that you could jump out of the gym at 25, but at 30, you ain't doing that. It's fine. It's just a 5-year difference.
Right.
You ain't jumping out of the gym at 30 that you would at 25. Finish the point. The beauty of old man is his gray head. It's wisdom. That's patience, because This old man has gained a great hoary head, which is his glory, which is his honor, through patience. He actually learned something. He went through a particular level of things, and now he can actually teach these things. But we've met many great young warriors that wasn't patient. They got put to death. Who's one of them? Was like a nigga like Achilles. We always hear that story of, Roman mythology, Greek mythology. He wasn't a patient man. How was it that the god Achilles got put to death, but Odysseus, the plain man, the patient man, the Trojan horse, he was able to grow a hoary head. It's through having that patience do you gain the wisdom. It's like, yo, man, everything that the Lord told me according to this walk, I applied it. I didn't fully understand it, but I walked in it. Now I have the experience. Now I understand. Jake, the only way you can gain experience is through being patient, man. And you gotta suffer certain things when you don't fully understand. So stick around, man, that you may gain the wisdom.
Somebody got something to bag you up. Just the regular Google definition of patience, man. Just going back into that old man. Patience is the ability to endure difficult circumstances.
If I may, example of King David, Saul.
Oh, beautiful.
Lord actually gave him to his hand twice.
That's it.
And guess what? He displayed patience and discipline, man. That all go hand in hand. Because you got discipline, but you ain't got patience. You gonna lose it. You got patience, you ain't got discipline. You gonna still lose it. That just go hand in hand. It just showed that was on display to King David,
And I made two parameters.
Yep.
He didn't say, I'm not going to kill him because of this. He said, no, this is one of the one.
Yup.
He was walking according.
Yeah.
His patience was based upon an order.
Yeah.
See? Right, yeah. Because scripture said, test not mine or mine.
Yeah.
You got something? Real quick, go ahead.
This is James 1 and 2, going down to 3. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall in divers temptation, knowing this, that trying of your faith worketh patience.
That's it. Yep. It's all in conjunction,
Yeah.
It's a synergy. Like the brother said, faith, patience, there's certain misfortunes and calamities you have to endure. It's to strengthen your patience, because usually you could go outside the box to make it right. A lot of these situations brothers facing, you can do things, man, to make up for that on the back end.
Yeah.
But you said, no, man, I'm in the truth now, I'm walking this law. I can't play that game.
God.
It is. You got a way. You got 100 ways you could have made money to get off of it. But you sitting here, man. Right. Suffering, man. $100 pounds. You got something?
I got something real
Yeah,
quick.
come on. I have the spirit. But again, right, it's based upon what? The parameters. It's a different patience. You have a carnal patience, then you have a spiritual patience, where you have to actually wait on the Lord.
Yeah.
Like, you could get involved with a circle of people that not really technically unlawful. You probably can make a couple of extra seconds. Like, you use that word. Right? To justify you to I'm just trying to get some shelter. Like that's but it's a zip involved. You know what I mean? You can't do that. You gotta be patient. You gotta say, man, I ain't with that. I ain't doing that. And nobody see it. Nobody ever knew it. The Lord knew you was moving in fear.
Yeah.
And that kept you patient. That's why David, that man was trying to kill David. Yeah. He said, I'm gonna be patient here, man. The Lord said that, but carnally, that would have been the ideal thing to get this guy out of my head.
But he showed patience.
He showed patience, man, but it was again, the Lord said, wait ye upon me, said the Lord. So the scriptures come to mind. Like, man, no, I ain't going that route, man. I ain't going that, bro.
That's part of that straight gate.
You got to govern your own spirit.
That's right.
And govern your mind, right? The word government we always going into. Govern
control your mind.
That's right.
Control your own mind and subject your own thoughts to the ordinance of Yahweh. Yeah, be overall subject with those parameters. We spoke it last week about being in almost entering back, turning yourself in.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking about that all week.
I was thinking about it.
That is a spiritual jail.
Yeah.
That's all.
If people look at you strange for that, you turn yourself
Right.
in, you know.
Yeah, we free now.
Yeah.
Lord. But we back in bondage to the Lord. We
Right.
bond men and bond your fellows and
And when you walk in that tightrope, you know, it's like,
Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 24. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. And that's our same mindset, you know. Instead of us enjoying the pleasures of this world, it's just for a season. It's temporal. We'd rather suffer the affliction. Why? Because Moses was able to see it far out, man. You know, he was able to look into the future to understand the things that are set to come to pass. He knew a kingdom was prepared. The Lord had already told him, you know. So instead of
he knew Egypt would fall as well. So he had to see the downfall of the same system that he was upheld in. He knew it was all gonna crumble anyway, so he got the hell out of Dodge.
I got one more about this.
You got it. Back that up.
This is the book of James, chapter 5 and verse 10. Take my brother and the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. So that's the example that we have set forth. You know, the prophets call hell, man. Right? It says, behold, we count them happy which endure.
Yeah.
Ye have heard of the patience of Job.
If I could, it's read that last part right before Job.
God, behold, we count them happy which endure.
And that's the same thing that, hey, we the NBA champs, we the NFL champs. I went through a struggle that you didn't go through. Could you do it? Hell yeah, you could do it too. But did you choose to do it? No, you chose to watch. You chose to cheer.
If
I chose to do it.
So like a lot of these people, they can't do what we do, man. This is a whole different level of patience that we acquire. Like the elder said, it's a corner patience. You waiting on the bride to pull up. It's a different patience when you waiting on your Howard Shadow come. You know, it says what it says in the scripture, in the 3rd chapter. You don't know, 1,000 is a day unto the Lord, but the clause in the contract is enduring to the end, bro. So even motherfucker, you can work out for one season, you can win championship. Now that's a corner crown that suffice you, but our spiritual crown is a whole different level, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, you got it, bro.
I was just saying it's a lot, and he said that different patience because that comes with a certain expectation as well. He said you waiting on the one pull up, waiting on that Malibu. That white Malibu. But when we waiting on Yahweh Small Shot, these different prophecies to unfold, you know. We saying that we know that's the indicator that Yahweh Shai is not.
And that's what it says in Matthew the 13th chapter. Many righteous men have desire to see these things that you see. For lack of better words, Lord, we be a part of that righteous number. We was those same righteous men in your lifetime. This is not no patience just for a year. This is a patience from generation to generation.
That's about to say that. That's it. Oh, you get that. Now y'all the fire getting killed because that's true, man. That patience goes back through generations. See, the prophets, you was missing something. It was something. Whenever you came back, it was an inheritance for you. You didn't know how to put it together, but now when you get towards the end, everything's clearer. The clarity is there. But again, this is a thing in enduring over ages. Also, that's spoken of in is that 1 Peter? 1 Peter 1, I believe it is, where it say, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I was looking. I got it.
Yep. Matter of fact, go ahead, bring that up here.
First,
you know what? Salakia, we go ahead and get this first.
St. John 1:45, it says, Philip found Nathanael and said unto him, we have found him, of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write. Yahweh Shai Nazareth, the son of Joseph.
See that? So it was a build up to that moment. Those prophets of old, it was desiring. Job, Job 19.
That's it.
In the latter days, my eyes shall see my Redeemer. See? So the scribes, they here, man. The ancient prophets, they back the day, man. They're standing in their lot.
Yeah, Daniel. Yep, that verse.
And standing in your light is patient too. That's patience.
Yeah.
Because you're in the office,
Yeah.
right? You have to wait. Yeah, you have to stand in your light. That means you're under the control of someone else. Stand right there. You know, you're in the wedding. Stand right there. You got to wait on them to come back and say, okay, now follow them. You know.
Yeah.
Yep. Come on, Rob.
Yeah,
That's like.
1 Peter 1, starting at verse 9. It says, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your soul. But with salvation,
You got that.
Yep. It's pretty much going to, like the ox said, like going to reincarnation. Those same spirits coming back, the truth returned to those that practice in them. You know, they win on their reward. So verse 10 says, with salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently. Because they always knew about Yahweh shall return. You know? It says, prophesy of the grace that should come unto you, which was Yahweh shall. Right? It says, searching what manner of time the spirit of Hamashiach, which was in them, did signify. Right? Because when he comes in the volume of the book, they knew that salvation came through Yahweh Shai said in shed his blood. We had to be redeemed from the law.
Right.
So it says, when it testified beforehand the sufferings of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai and the glory that should follow. Yep. But that's the ultimate reward that we're looking for. Like the brother brought out with Noah, he knew about it. You know, that's why he cast away his life. Egypt in that time becoming that same stead. You know, those prophets returning with that same hope.
Right. Yeah, because they didn't get the kingdom back then. So they had to come back to see that. So your spirit, or the scriptures say, hope deferred.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, sir.
Right. And that heart, that's the inner you. So that's really your spirit.
Isaiah, I can read 16 and 17, but I'm going to go straight to the point. Isaiah 34 and 17, it says, and he have cast the lot for them, and his hand have divided it unto them by line, meaning the prophets. It says, they shall possess it forever, from generation to generation shall they dwell therein. That's what, like you said, that's that patience that's been carried over from generation to generation. Right, and having that patience comes with the truth, having the truth. Meaning what? Faith in the truth. Because if you got faith, by default, you're going to wait. If you believe something going to take place, you're going to wait for it, regardless if you see it or not.
Yeah.
So guess what? The prophets always had that patience, all right, due to their faith and coming with the truth. Because guess what? That's your patience. Your patience revolves around the truth. Your faith revolve around the truth. You believe in the truth. You're patiently waiting what the truth says is going to happen. But it's going they're going to possess it from generation to generation to generation, and they're going to dwell therein, meaning being in the inner courts, having this truth from that's the reincarnation. So yeah, that was really
Kind of back you up with that faith and that patience. Romans 8 and 24. It says, for we are saved by hope.
Hey, so that's how we're going to be delivered. And how do you hope? Through the gift of faith. That's an action of having faith, hoping in something, believing in something, trusting in something that you can't see though. Go ahead.
But hope that is not seen is not hope.
See that? So that if you can tangibly see something, all right, or if it's concrete, why should you hope that it should be there when you can physically touch it and see it? That's not real hope. Go ahead.
For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for?
See that? Go ahead.
For if we hope for that we see not.
Which is the kingdom, rulership, you know, being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, man. America being destroyed. A person will be like, y'all talking about famine when I can still go get a 2 for 10. And y'all talking about you're gonna be a famine, I can still turn my lights on. Y'all talking about the power gonna go out. That's our hope. Even though we see the lights come on, go ahead up.
It says, but if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
Right. So get what? If you got your hope, you got your faith, you believe, by default you're gonna wait for it.
And Jake, you got it.
I was just saying, and we've been waiting for generations. It talks about how Enoch prophesied the return of Yahweh Shai. You know, of course, it's in the records of our Lord coming as that lamb. But why speaking on Enoch, who was in Genesis, talking about the return, the end of the movie?
Right.
Because that's what we at, man. That's what we've been waiting on since the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
You know, but you got it out.
In fact, let's go to that.
Khan.
Mhm.
The Prince of
Mhm.
Khan. This is the book of Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 10. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16, it reads, Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the warm.
Right. That's dealing with Esau, man. He's a child, man. The scripture said children
shall rule over them.
Yep. That's why here in America you got goddamn amusement parks. Right? This man pastime, skydiving, bungee jumping. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Him destroying the planet Earth, figuring out a way to poison the water and contaminate your food. See it? Go ahead.
Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in due season.
Right, that's patience, you know. You have to eat in due season, and that's based upon parameters again.
Right.
The food ain't ready to sunset, right?
Yeah.
You have to patiently wait. You can't jump the gun and go, right?
I'm thinking about Samuel when he was going to anoint David, and he said, "We shall not sit to David get here." You know,
Spirit.
It is scripture that when I was a child, I thought
Mhm.
I was a child. Patience, impatience is really a child.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Are we there yet?
Yeah.
Can I get that connect? Mommy, you know.
Characteristic of Esau.
Is it?
Yeah.
Child.
That's why you got fast food,
Mhm.
microwaves.
Mhm.
It's an instant gratification. You want instant
Yeah.
success. Corners, or like even like LeBron. I know a lot of people sympathetic to LeBron, like with his little boy, but
That's all.
it was another thing of cutting corners,
Yeah.
like you always did.
Yeah.
You cut corners for rings.
Yeah,
You took a
did.
shortcut for this,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Now you want to take a shortcut for this little nigga.
Yeah.
Right, always a cutting corner. That's why I don't not appreciate it.
Yeah, he ain't ready for me.
Yeah, if I could, like the scriptures going into saying that Esau's like a child, I'll never forget the brother Abba thing. He always spoke to a child. The only thing that a child has over an adult, and really, it's at the adult's discretion to take heed unto it. It's manipulation. All Esau, everything that's set by the Lord is set by the Lord. All Esau is doing is going about manipulating, because that's the only power a child's like. You can't really trick me, and you can't make me go make your food. Nigga, you gotta manipulate that at home with your son. You know, that's how Esau go about this walk of the Lord. He's just manipulating. It's like everything like a child in his art of manipulation. He fucking up shit. But a good father, a good man gonna tell you this is the way to go. This is the only way to be. And what happens? And you see the fruit of what happens when you go about it the right way. When you go about manipulating, going about it some other way, hey, it's always a side effect. It's always something bad to come forth from it, because you moving as a child. You ain't moving as a man, and I'm teaching you to be. You're moving as a child. You manipulating. You fucking up everything, man. And that's the spirit of Esau, man. He stay fucking up shit, bro.
Yeah.
He don't want to come up under the order.
He's the son of perdition.
Yeah, kind of son of destruction.
Everything that he touched, you know.
It's shit crazy.
I was going to say, children shall rule over them.
Yeah, the children shall rule over them, man.
That's it.
That's a bad scenario. That's a bad case to be in. A child who knows.
Yeah. And that's why the scripture said, "Father is set in great dignity." Because you got a child ruling over you, and that's what he takes serious.
Right.
Father.
Yeah, you playing teapot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know, the child ruling over you. You got better things to do, man.
She wants you to put on the tutu.
Right. And that's what that nigga wants you to do.
Yeah.
You put on the tutu and play with.
Yeah.
I got a quick one for you.
Some Wrangler jeans.
Like a child speak, you know, like a child.
Pink tutu.
Wrangler jeans. With the word, you take out all the shit.
Yeah.
You gotta think to it.
With the little TL.
Yeah.
And they show you that. And everybody, it'd be hard a heartwarming moment.
Yeah, exactly. It's one.
Father, that's the only way you can interact. Yeah.
Fuck.
That go like the Esau, man.
Yes.
Say easy times create weak men.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, cool. So Rock 37, of course, this was speaking to Jake first, you know. I always think of y'all down when I see this, but this is also Esau too, man. So Rock 37 and 19. There is one that is wise and teaches many. And we know Esau is considered the wise one because he's the illuminator, he's the Lucifer, he holds the wisdom. It says, and yet is unprofitable to himself. Look at the state of the earth, man. The water's through, the air's through, the food's through, your woman's through, your milk is through. And all of these things come with these Esau's particular side effects of this off society. So I read back, there's one that is wise and teaches many. That's Esau. But yet he's unprofitable unto himself, like the scriptures tell us that he that is evil unto himself, to whom can he be good?
He got the mindset that he's gonna take Yahweh Shah down.
Yeah, that's a childish mindset. It's like, bro,
you're gonna be not good unto yourself, man. Go
yeah,
ahead, bro.
yeah. It says there is one that showeth wisdom in words and is hated. He shall be destitute of all food. But you know, yeah, that was the point. The point was at 19. Is that Esau's like a child, man. Like, you see kids all the time. Like, we done came up in this thing. Haven't you heard Jake break down the basics? And just through his basic break, he understands it, but yet he can't teach it. Jake could go out there and speak a word, give an understanding, but yet he don't fully understand it, and yet he leads more straight than he ever lead to the path. That's Esau in this thing, man. An unprofitable child. Not saying that he has any form of wisdom. Esau is that unprofitable child that's going throughout the whole world.
Esau do got wisdom.
Well, he has wisdom, but he's like that unprofitable. Everything that.
But it's not gonna profit.
Yeah, it's not. It's like a child.
It's not gonna profit him.
The knowledge of weakness is not.
It's not wisdom. To walk.
So this nigga was able to run circles around people for centuries, but now he dizzy.
Yeah.
All they running around, he dizzy.
Like a kid, it's like, let me show you this, and then he do it. He's like,
yeah.
The Obadiah, right?
The wisdom of Esau.
Yeah. Semen.
Yeah.
Got some
That's
back out up about that folly. And the kid, he's on Proverbs 14 in verse 18. It says, matter of fact, so like this is the book of Proverbs 14 in verse 24. So like it says, the crown of the wise is their riches, but the foolishness of fools is their folly. You know, that's just like how a kid is known for doing childish things. You know, you go into that little dance. You do a little dance for $2. That's like Esau, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he pushed for. That's why TikTok a big thing, Instagram, different types of social media. Because the only thing and that's why even a Russian, I forgot his name, but it's a Russian banker. He made a quote. He said, "I don't care who." He said, "Give me one generation, and I can rule the whole world." You know, and because once you get one generation of kids, you can rule over everybody. Even Curtis Mayfield said, "Children are our future." So Esau got a connection to the kids because he got a mind of a kid, man.
Yes.
You know.
Hey, yeah, that's why you can be a millionaire playing Madden now.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's how you know he wise and it's evil.
Yeah.
You know, like just like that serpent in the garden, it was wise according to wickedness. It was cunning, right? And the cunning, you gotta have some type of advantage over a docile creature. You know,
Playing over he used the carnality. That's why I say he presented as it was pleasing to the eyes.
That's it.
You know, this nigga did it like that. You know, instead of being spiritual, he presented as a carnal where it lure you in. You know?
Like a kid.
Yeah, that's
Game of kids.
Like just like Vegas, they got the lights and attraction, the bread and circuses. And you know how to manipulate.
That remind me of Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's it.
Especially the nigga version. That's a dynamic with Esau in this system. You know, the wall being the misinformation, and then knocking down the wall being the light, being the truth. That's how we see it. They don't see it like that. You know what I'm saying? We see the facade. Esau. We know what the scriptures say. Be not deceived by his
ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, be ignorant of his devices. What's the other?
Fiery darts.
Yes.
You
Yes,
talking about the whole armor?
yes.
Oh
Put
yeah,
on
that
the
was
whole
made
armor.
to stand.
Right.
No.
So guess what? Then the scripture also say, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability. You know what I'm saying? So that's that light. So that light knocking that wall down. Now we can, say, oh, you know what? That's the devil.
Yeah,
That's not that nice Christian. You know what I'm saying? That's not my savior. You know, that's why we get so much friction. Go ahead, bro.
Come.
Oh, that.
I'm reading. Oh, yeah, that was it. That was pretty much
Okay, come.
Okay, so let's
I think the brother Dawah had something.
stand something.
I think it was did you still have that precept that you was holding earlier? I don't think you finished it.
No, now we'll go back
John.
to
Come on, Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16 again. It reads, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child,
Right.
and thy princes eat in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed
Yeah,
are
this king's language.
Right.
Right, when you come into this, you'll be in brief concerning rulership.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the lingo. So destruction, see, it's still the same message. Destruction to you when you're in a system. When you're in a certain system, that's just king's language. It's speaking over the heads of really the grown folks talking.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they
grown
say.
for like.
These that was more diverse.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
See? Yep, read that again.
Come, it says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child,
Mm-hmm.
and thy princes eat in the morning.
Right. See, no patience, man. Go ahead.
Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles,
Mm-hmm.
and thy
Right,
princes."
that goes into an inheritance.
Mm.
That's the only kingdom that's going to be blessed when it is inherited. So blessed, O land,
Right.
when your king are the sons of nobles.
Yeah. Nobleman.
Right. They was bred in such a way.
On thumb. Yeah. On thumb.
Right. That's why we look down on people. Just being honest. Right. Yeah, that's coming from an authoritative place. We said it humbly, man. The scripture said, see, to bless, it be a certain spirit that's going to be the sons of noblemen. You can't even oppress them and take it out of them because they're bred to be ruled. They're in jail critiquing the place. You know what I mean?
You call this a dungeon?
Right, yeah.
It's a dungeon.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's the elect, man.
God, it says, "Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy
Oh, and that
princes."
starts with your house shop.
Right.
Right? That starts with your house shop. Because remember, we coming in on his inheritance. See, that's the lingo. See, what you up in here for if you don't know about the inheritance, man? We here for the promises. Because really, when you look at everybody in the spirit, and not just this room, and rooms across America, but when our brothers out in the street right now, because you know, whatever, it looks like a waiting room.
Yeah, it does.
Like, waiting for, waiting for, waiting for the position.
Yep.
It's that look of patience. It's like, you can't tell me brothers don't like they waiting on somebody.
And that's the structure too. That's how it will be.
Right.
So looking at him, he looking at him.
And even at camp, it looks like waiting, and it's like you waiting on something.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, the show we go.
Yeah.
That's it.
And let's say you a great king, you in jail, you just know reinforcements coming. You like, man,
You just gotta wait.
You just wait.
You gotta wait.
Like they got me in here. Oh, that happened with
Julius
Caesar, right? He was getting off on it. He was like, he let him kidnap him and shit. He was like, man, motherfucker kidnap me, man. And that's the one we talking about. It's the same story. I hope you,
Yeah, I think it was Julius. Yeah, it was Caesar.
he sent back and had everybody slaughtered.
He told you, man, you just don't know what you got yourself in.
Right.
You kind of fuck
And he kind of fucked with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He kind of got acquainted with him and shit. He was having jokes, He came back and killed him, man. They didn't know what they was getting into for kidnapping Julius Caesar. That was one of the feathers. Yep. But how much more the elect, which we dare not number ourselves. This is what we hoping and fighting for, man. See? So that's how we carry ourselves. Like that, diplomatic unity.
If I may, that's different than the waiting of that white Malibu to pull up.
Oh yeah. You might have to pay 60 out there or something like that. Ain't nothing gonna please them that's gonna come. It might be an argument or something, but waiting on this is ultimately eternal life, man. Because with that, you still gonna want something after that Malibu.
Yeah.
But with this, with the Lord, it said ultimately gonna be satisfied. You're never gonna thirst again.
Nothing to say that. Satisfied.
That's it.
When you are thirsty, you know, you might drink some orange juice. You know, you might drink some tea you made. But certain things don't satisfy your thirst. And like you said, that's why you got these Rastafari's, Baptists, Methodists, you know what I'm saying, all up under that church. You got 5%ers. They got ceilings. You know, meaning what? You still ain't satisfied. If you ain't got a complete answer to the equation, you ain't satisfied.
But look at Jake as a whole. They was able to vote. They drunk on the drink of vote.
Right.
But that should have been it, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
You said, yeah, your thirst should have been quenched.
Right.
But 10 years later, now you're marching for this.
Exactly.
Drink every 4 years.
Right, you got to drink every 4 years.
That's right. That's true. Because the water can be cut off.
Because it's not going to satisfy you. We got this one fountain.
Right.
Boom, it answers everything. But you got to wait on the story.
You gotta wait on it.
You know, play out.
Got something. This is the book of Psalm 62, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "My soul, wait thou only upon the Most High, for my expectation is from Him."
Right. And that's based upon the scriptures.
Right.
Our expectation is based upon what's written. So that goes back to the Most High. You see? So we expect to be delivered, kept from the famine, and, you know, power outages. When this place is compromised, pretty much we expect to be kept. Huh?
Yeah.
See, that's confidently, because we're doing what the Lord told us.
Hey, real quick, we got the highest expectation on the planet. There is no other expectation on the planet like ours. That's why because we the hopeful elect. That's number one. You hope to be, you know, joint heirs with the Lord, to be counted worthy to be in the Lord's presence, or to be delivered by the Lord. But just even before that even happened, we expect to be fed in the family. You know, we have a stable mind, doing it, and everything gets spooky. You know.
Yeah.
Why? Because like you said, the Lord, Hebrews 6:10, the Lord is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. We preparing right now. You might well say we are spiritual preppers.
God.
You know,
that's exactly what it is.
And we look weird to these people out there, man.
And going back to Ephesians 6, you prepping, talking about putting on that armor,
That's
preparing yourself.
That's it. That you may be able to stand.
Yep.
That's
I got something for you real quick.
Done.
Because going back to that armor of the Most High, it says above all, taking the shield of faith. So before you suit up, that's the first thing you grab, man.
That's it.
You know,
you got to believe in the battle.
Yeah,
That's King David. He believed.
Yeah.
He believed he was going to beat.
That's it.
Goliath,
That's
man.
it.
Yeah, God.
That's that story. That's pretty much, you know.
You gotta trust in your shield too.
Yeah. You got to trust in your armor, period.
But it said first pick up that shield, because it's gonna be.
It says above all, meaning like, okay, I'm gonna give you this piece of armor. I'm gonna give you this piece of armor. But guess what? This is your most important, because guess what? It was compatible to something that's gonna have you in a defensive mode. It says the shield of faith.
Yep.
All right. So that's your defense.
That blocks off doctrines. All that.
Doubts. As the elder mentioned, how, you know, Lord come to the kings, you know, the king of the prophets say, I have given them in your hands. You got to believe that. The Lord told you, really, the only thing we got to do is endure to the end. It's like the battle already won. You just got to, first thing, you got to believe in that. You know, the doubts, the different thoughts reflect, you know, that shield reflect those different thoughts and things that come to mind, you know, from that first report that is already won.
What's funny when you look at
them in our hands.
Yeah, that's it.
Your shield is only as strong as your faith. You know, if you got the faith of a mustard seed, that shield is strong enough.
But what hand is it?
But it's like if your faith the size of a New York City block, you know what I'm saying? Your shield like this.
You know,
Some
going
fortress
with it.
out there.
Yeah,
You come
exactly.
down.
You're a fortress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, people lie down there, but you know, yeah. That's why we gotta pray for increase of faith. We know what to pray for now.
Come on,
That's
you gotta-
before. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's
Covert.
it. That's it. Yeah, I gotta get that.
Because if you look at it, I was going to just add to the brother's point. That shield, what hand is it held in? It ain't never held in a strong hand. It's always held in a weak hand. Your shield, your defense. You think about
Good
boxing, that's your shield.
That's a good point.
I'm not gonna hold you up with my strong hand. I have no reserves for myself.
That's it.
The Lord,
That's your
the Lord,
offense.
as the Lord said that what my strength is made perfect in your weakness.
Right.
So in my hand, in this weak hand is my shield.
Right.
This is powered by the Lord. So
Right.
this
Offense.
whole situation is geared by the Lord.
Right.
You see? But like the brother said, that shield can be great, but what is the strength of that weak hand? Man? What is the strength of that weak hand? Lord know what that right hand talking about. What is that left hand talking about? You gotta be able to hold that shield, man.
Right.
Because that's all the 11th hour Israelite got for real.
Right. That's it. Faith.
That
We got
picked
no
up a
faith.
shield. That was it.
Yeah.
His whole thing is defense.
That's it.
What you got?
Hey, and that's a real quick. That's a real thing of reincarnation.
Huh.
You know, your deep. The scripture says Psalm 91. I have made the Lord my refuge. And you go into that word refuge. It says like a fortress from falsehood. So you had a shield the whole time, and you didn't know it. That's why I know you've been a part of a Baptist church, sanctified church, Muslim, roster, whatever, some type of something. But you had a shield the whole time. Because you really didn't believe that shit. Because if you did, you would be there right now. So you had that shield right there for what?
Some of us believe.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's true.
You believe you were going to hell and shit.
Exactly. Until that shit was proven fake. Like you said, you did. You believed that first. You did. You taught you. That's that shield kicking up.
Now, there were certain brothers who maybe, you know what I mean?
Right.
Always respectful.
Yeah, them the ones right
You know,
there.
at a certain point, but it was a point where I know me speaking for myself.
Yeah, you're right.
I
You're
believe,
right.
but it was the blocks. That was one of the stains.
Exactly.
That's why the scriptures say you were clean through the word.
Exactly.
Because see, you had to be cleansed.
Mhm.
You came to this, and what was cleansed? Those stains of those different doctrines, those blocks.
Yeah.
So this word came through and wiped all that shit out.
Mhm. That's it.
That minister cloth,
That's it.
That's it.
Converted.
Right, you
Spiritual
converted,
brainwashing.
cleansed.
Should I say positive brainwashing?
Right.
We say we shall no more stay upon him
That's it.
and smote him. Because when you read what Ecclesiastes Sirach, the 13th chapter, that Esau is known as that bitch.
Yeah.
You know, just going back, you know, being unclean, being, you know,
Right.
believing in this way, how this man presented, whatever this man presented, we were all into it. That what made us unclean.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
now we turn, that's it.
Yep.
But the grave, that's Esau.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
really, that's the data.
Mhm.
Right.
That's where them bodies was at. We was just consumed with this BS.
That's true.
But then that spirit of life,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
we detached from that shit and stood up.
Yeah. Animated.
Yep.
Yes.
Quicker.
Exactly.
Wicked. That's it.
Yeah, but what's so heavy, that faith though, right? That what endures.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to have that to
Yeah.
continue.
Right.
If you lose the faith, bro,
Yeah, your patience gone. You gonna quit then. That's the process. You can tell a person faith because even like Apostle always saying, I've been doing this, and then elders, you can tell that he still got faith because he ain't
still
lost.
building.
He ain't lost his patience. Still building.
Still building.
Noah,
Yeah, Lord.
he still man. I think about after the 65th
Lord
year,
believe that, man. He really believed that.
65th year, and you
man.
still knocking on that 65,
Right.
75 years. You gotta have some real faith.
Well, I got something for you real quick. Because ultimately, to believe is really a commandment.
That's it,
We're
bro.
talking about the law of faith.
Yeah.
The third chapter. The book of Proverbs 23, verse 17, it reads, "Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long." So that's even enduring unto the end. You know, but we're not supposed to envy sinners. You know, envy go out the way of Esau and everything that he presents, because this man helps set the standard of what it is to live in this system.
Right.
you know. But the Lord told us not to go after that, but follow this truth, man, all the day long, during to the end. It says, for surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. So it's an end. It ultimately going to be an end to this madness, and say our expectation should not be cut off, but we expect our faith. But that goes hand in hand with time as well. You got to wait on something. When you expect something, you waiting on it, man.
That's it, bro.
You know, we know what we waiting on.
Right.
We know what we expect. There's certain signs and certain things we're looking for. You know,
It's not a hard ask.
that's it.
Because what you want to go back to, I think you mentioned that earlier.
That's it.
Whither shall we go?
That's true.
Yeah.
And we have been made hard. It's like you've been made stones. You've been made stones now. Like the thing, you detest that. Right? Why would I go? I want to kill. I snap in the studio. Somebody do a mass shooting.
Yeah, that's true.
X, they
Right. Oh, yeah,
X.
Yeah, more of an ancient world.
6 to the X
Yeah,
to the
spirit. They kind of how do you find out it was a spirit. Some ancient.
Article be trying people cabal in the studio.
Yeah. Literal cabal.
Cabal.
There's a smell of fragrance.
Man, verse sage after you kill
Frankincense was nothing to say.
Or and after. Yeah. Oh, you good.
Oh, no.
Okay. Now you looking at me though. Come on.
Jeremiah chapter 29 and verse 11.
That's it.
For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, said the Lord.
And if I may, Salaki, the thoughts are the scriptures, man. That's the thoughts of the Lord, man. And it said, think towards you. That's concerning the elect. You know, these certain precepts that just for the elect, man. You know, you got.
That's why it's like I mean, it's beautiful. You understand the scriptures. Now you desire to be in that room. You consume with that.
That's it.
Really deep down, not every day, all day. Don't get it twisted like you just
Right.
in the scriptures all day. You know what I mean?
It's a balance. Balance.
Right. Because the scriptures say, "He that go in and go out," was that St. John 10. Go in and out the pasture, man. And eat and feed.
And then going by what you said, we were prisoners of the world. Now we're prisoners of Yahweh Shah.
Yeah.
You know, took them fellas off. The water Yahweh Shah's mercy. Now we put Yahweh Shah fellas on.
We consumed by what the story says. We prisoners of this story. We believe it so much so that we hope. Now, some people daydream that they was best rapper. You have to daydream, and it's inferior. You hear them stories. I'm That's the only hope you can go to. Like when you hear the story, when you are indoctrinated. You know what I'm just saying, man? Indoctrinated, right?
Because this is put into it.
That's what it is. And that's your Yahweh Shah. If that's the case, then your whole life is, this is the way you see. You watching life through this channel. Everybody else watching life through their channel. You watching life through a channel where you're a prisoner hoping that you are the elect. And your cousin knew that, right? If he did. They also said, man, them dudes crazy, man.
I got something for you. You did harp on this precept. St. John 15 and 5, it says, I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him.
That's the doctrine. As long as you're in this, then it's in you. Go ahead.
The same bring forth much fruit, but without me you can do nothing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as branches and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned.
Good.
Hey, you got to believe in that story.
That's it, bro.
That's
That's
it.
it.
I got a
Part of the story right there.
You'll read that one more time, Bible, sir? I'm
God.
gonna just add to
Yeah. St. John 15 and 6 says, if a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned.
that's if you don't use the gift, the gift of faith. You don't use the spirit that Yahweh Shah is given unto you. This is Ephesians 2 and 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith. That's what we've been going into. The keeping of the faith, man. Right? And that not of yourselves, and this is the point, it is a gift of Yahweh. It's this thing of faith.
Right.
It's through the grace of Yahweh. He could have gave it to this guy. He could have gave it to this one. He could have gave it to this guy. He gave it to you. What you gonna do with this gift, man? Because everybody don't get a handout from Donald Trump or LeBron James or get a nod from Deion Sanders.
Right,
Hey, man,
right.
check out this cornerback. So Deion give you the nod, like you ain't gonna bust your ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord want us to bust our ass for this gift of faith, man. We really gotta put it in, man. Of course, every brother got his measure, but bust your ass, man.
Right.
It's-
But that little measure that you do have.
It is the gift of Yahweh. You
That's
see, it's the gift of the Lord, man. This thing of faith, it ain't of me. It ain't of this brother want me to be in. It's the Lord's like, hey, look, man, I'm looking out for you. So,
Right.
hey, you gonna have love for me? I'm showing faith in you.
Right.
Lord, show this faith in us. I gave it to you. Now show your appreciation and show yours in me. I promise you, I reciprocate the 100-fold. He'll lay.
Right.
But it's we have to go through these things, man. All right, but you brothers got
You have more on that one?
Let me finish this off right quick. This is Jeremiah 29 and verse 11. I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord.
Right.
Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to
Yeah.
give you an expected end. Give you an expected end.
expecting
We expect to be preserved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Through all of the sad parents, that's what our expectation is.
Hell yeah.
Right.
2/3 don't even have the expectation because they have been abreast of the report.
Right.
So heavy, bro.
Right.
You can't even bet. You can't qualify to win the winnings if you don't throw your name in the hat. So to speak, if you ain't making the bet, then you can't.
You got to put in on it. You got to put something into the pot. Yeah.
You was invited to believe on Yahweh. That's what it really boiled down to. You was invited to believe on it. You know what I mean? To believe the story. That's heavy, man.
Invitation.
All the different walks of life, right? Talk about it. Look at it, Like why why all these guys on this, it's the Great Depression. Remember that? It was a time destitute of work. All these men was on the site. They didn't know each other.
Yeah.
But they was on the site, so it's like a treasure hunt. We used to go into that.
Right.
This is really pursuit of Solomon treasures. You're like, why are these men still on the corner? They old, but you don't know they found a treasure map.
Yeah.
A way really to immortality. It's a pursuit, because that's the type of Esau. What happens when you don't want nobody to get a beat on or something? You think you keep it quiet. They going to all these other kings. For all this money. Why when you going to the Solomon thing, they trying to keep that hush, man.
Yeah, riches and peace.
Right, riches and peace.
And wisdom.
And that's what the world always fight for, peace, right? I thought we were trying to fight for peace.
And he written about the most popular, famous book of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody don't know nothing about it. That's
Right.
right.
I got something real quick.
Oh, man.
Just going back to those thoughts of peace. Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1, it said, at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, will stand up for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, and such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Those that are in Yahweh, man. That's who that deliverance is gonna go to, man. It said thy people, which is the elect, Jerusalem.
Right.
Those that are gonna receive that peace. Scripture might say Zion. Those who the Lord remembered.
City of peace.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Holy mountain.
Yep, the holy mountain.
And if there's any comfort in that, right? Just knowing the story, that gives you a good chance. It's a lot of working parts.
Yeah.
It's just you have to be responsible with it.
Yeah.
Right? You can't get on the ego trip.
Yeah.
Because we used, it was almost like that. You can't be in that bullhorn spirit.
Right.
And we've been, you notice how the churches throughout have kind of dumbed it down. We pretty much teach to the camera now. It's not a thing of blah, 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 because we understand the sensitive nature of the report.
Yeah.
So it's almost down to this now. Like, you at the end, you see the finish line. Hold up. And the Lord keeping you oblivious in a way. All you gotta do is just continue in this.
Yeah.
It's right there. But the working part that complements this concept is you do believe. I mean, it's not like a hard ask. I do believe. That's why I'm here, you know?
Yeah.
So now it's just like endure to the end.
Yeah,
The story makes so much sense.
yeah.
That don't make sense to a Christian. I don't care how many times you quote that. It only makes sense to our walk. You know?
Yeah.
When you read that scripture, when it says endure to the end, who else in that spirit of meeting this thing to end?
Yeah.
Get the outcome and count up the, you know, the reckoning the money. And so let's get this done over with so we can. Right, but it's a patient thing. So the scriptures only match us, man. So that's a beautiful thing. We walking as what the book say, man.
If I may ever build on what you just said about an invitation, you know, and the thing about an invitation, that's an invite.
Yeah.
You know, you coming now. You belong. Now you in the presence of somebody else's house, somebody else's setting.
Yeah.
It's not of your own, and you said you gotta walk carefully.
Yeah.
To that invite. Now you know there's rules in this house that didn't apply at your crib. You might have to take your shoes off.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're gonna run into, so you do tread lightly because it's a list that you might not have came across based upon how things work in that house.
Yeah.
And so now, you know, as we present ourselves to the Lord in this last call, it's like a last call. You know, we present ourselves to the Lord, and it's with chastity, right? It's with patience, it's with chasteness of mind, it's with soberness of mind, right? Regulating, you know, your mood and controlling your spirit, and understanding that if we pull this off in the spiritual sense, we can pull off patience and endurance, you're gonna get a crown. You're gonna feel that crown. But this is an invite. You know, and so that whole lot.
That's it. The brother next to you really should be a faith booster. You know, it's like if I'm bugging, why he here? You adjust the lenses. And I'm gonna say, you know what I'm gonna say this, man. If y'all paying attention, what we said, sun was going down about faith. Spirit wanted us to speak on faith. We wanted to be introduced more closer to faith and the inner workings of it. You can throw the word around, but we get more intimate with faith, man. See? And why the Spirit got so think about it from that aspect. Why he here then? Why this brother here? He can't. I certainly didn't have his walk. He wasn't. We didn't come from the same area. Now it is unique situations where it's like that. But for the most part, why this brother here? Right? Why is he here if it's just a figment of my imagination? I hope brothers.
I get
what I'm saying, man. That's a faith booster. Nope, because these brothers here as well, enduring and suffering. No man having endured such temptation as right. So you got men enduring, man. Men out there sweating just as hard as you know, or got ailments. You know.
I got one for you.
Right.
I got some on the invitation.
Yeah, come on.
This is Psalms chapter 65 and verse 4. Blessed is the man whom thou choosest and causes to approach unto thee.
Right, a realm, a way of thinking. This is really you're in the presence of the Lord. See? Yahweh Shah, because his testimony. If you're preoccupied with prophecy, that means you're in the face of the Lord, man. But you had to be invited. See? And again, it's your mindset. Because your family members, they can't articulate what's really going through, you know, on certain levels. Certain brothers' situation might not be as extreme. But other brothers, they might be cold turkey with it. Or, you know. And the report on you is you crazy. Dude just kind of do weird. He crazy, man. You know? They might encourage you. A lesson went off in your pocket. Yeah, that's how mine. You know, brother video goes some trap. But usually my shit off is usually an in-depth. One of the, you know, elders Our video under the 30-second moment. Yeah. In America will be the show.
That's happening.
Yeah, that happens, right? So this dude, man, he listening. What's up with him? Yeah.
Sure.
You fumbling the phone,
Right.
Because
Yes.
see, but why? Because you was invited. Your mind. Okay. Oh, is that Alice in Wonderland? Remember, she started chasing that rabbit. It was bugged out to everybody. She walked away. She left the dude at the altar, man. That was spiritual. Like she was gonna marry the guy. And it was a rabbit caught her attention, man. She left him, and it was somebody for leaving Esau for it. And everybody, they was like, she bugged out, man.
Yeah.
And then the journey began.
Right, and the journey began. In her mind, see. Well, that's why you here, man. You going into the precepts because you was invited. Well,
Con, blessed is the man whom thou choosest and causes to approach unto thee, that he may
It
dwell.
said, and causes to approach. So the Lord, let's go back to that invitation. And the Lord put in our spirit to be drawn unto him. You know, you got it out.
It says that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple.
See,
What you got, bro?
it said that we may dwell in his courts. This is our address, man. This is our abode. Which is this truth, man. We say we shall be satisfied with thy goodness, even of thy holy temple, man. And so you go back to this truth, man.
Got some bad hero. Psalms 27 and verse 4. It says, one thing have I desired of the Lord, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life.
Hey, that's them generations, man. Every generation, man, you came on the earth, that was your desire. Because going back to that Lot, if you was a prophet, you gonna always be in that stead, man. So that was always your address to be in the house of the Lord. That's gonna be your thing, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
You got it out.
It says
you're gonna take heed to that invite.
Yeah.
Right.
It says to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple.
And then to behold the beauty of the Lord is to see his face, which is this understanding, man. This truth. Because at one point in time, Yahweh Shemashah hid his face from us, man. And you see the results, even to this day, in a sense, where the Lord left us, and you got young boy and these, degenerates. But now you seeing the benefits of saying that, behold the face of the Lord, us being restored, man. You got to go out.
I'm pretty much in it.
Was it on Psalm 65?
Con.
Yes, right. Look at that. Yes, yeah. I go to Matthew.
That's one.
I got a little more on
Hold up. Yeah, let me.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, come. Psalm 65 and verse 5. By terrible things and righteousness will thou answer us. It's like, O power of our salvation, who art the confidence of all the ends of the earth, and of them that are
Where you reading from again?
Psalm 65 and 5.
Click on that word ends. That's heavy as stuff. It really, everything was a build up to now, man.
Yes.
With the laptops and yeah. Come on, man. Ends of the earth.
So that face is really gonna be on display here in America.
Right.
Most,
Because it's needed more. Right.
That's the time you need light.
Exactly.
The time of darkness.
That's it.
land of
Yep.
darkness.
Go dark.
Darkness itself.
We was invited. It's like it. We was invited to really hear about the destruction.
Right. That's it. Be warm. Be up. Yeah, hey, I'm finna come through shoot.
Yeah.
You need y'all to get up out the house. Come shoot this bitch up.
I ain't just told light.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Hurry
Real
up,
talk.
get your folks and
Yeah.
go ahead and go for it.
Real talk. Real talk.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He said by faith.
Faith is taking heed to the one. Even
That's
that's
it. That's the action of faith.
He started building against the destruction.
Yes.
So that,
Mhm.
probably instantly.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Got it.
Kind of Strong's H 7099. It says in border boundary. In the Strong's it says in uttermost.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, good.
Hallelujah. How should I say you're gonna prophesy in the uttermost parts of the earth? You know? Me here in America, Babylon the Great. So it wasn't for them in that time to receive the kingdom, but now we're in that time, we're in the end. You know, and that's through reincarnation again.
At the end, scripture said boundary.
Huh.
So,
Mm.
so you can't go no further than a boundary.
Right.
The boundary set up the end of the world. You know,
Mm.
The West.
west.
Yes.
That's it. What it is with the credits roll.
Reason, yep. The reason with the sunset.
Yeah, the reason why the sunset. That's it.
Even Mayor iniquity is also a creep.
Right.
Like he's reaching a height that
Right.
never hit before.
And then it said the boundary. So the height that it's reaching, they ain't gonna go no further than this boundary, which is America.
Oh, right. What's that?
Yeah, that is the harvest. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Her sins
Oh, okay. It reached up.
Have reached up to heaven. for all things are now right, or something along those lines.
Scriptures talk about how, like a woman with a child, after a certain amount of time, it's going to produce a child. After these contractions, it's going to produce. Right. So that's like, yeah.
So ain't no turning that, man. That shit good.
Come on.
Con. It says, by terrible things and righteousness will thou answer us, O power of our salvation. If I may, those terrible things and righteousness, the Lord answered us, the prophecies, man.
Yes.
It's provoking us. It's like
That's it. No, you got it.
it's provoking us to hope in His mercy. You know, it says, "O power of
It's like
our
if we understand what that word salvation really means.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yes.
When you was in church,
Nah.
you applied salvation to after you died.
Yeah, you're right. I'm saved.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Now you understand the concept of salvation, man. Because if you're preserved through a famine, nobody want to go through a famine. The scriptures tell you that, but Lamentations, the 4th chapter, man. It's better is he who will put the devil by the sword than a pound away from the famine. So with that said, you don't want to go through the famine. So you desire, you know what to pray for. So when you're preserved from that, that was salvation. That was a form of salvation. See? Which that's a process. It's going to peak with the return of Yahushua. But it begins, really you've been delivered through certain situations. I believe that was the point you was going to earlier.
Exactly.
Even before we came into the truth, you were still hedged in a sense. You was contaminated.
Yeah, you were.
You was contaminated, right? You was in a dead state, but you wasn't given over into the hands of. It was papers on you, man.
Right. I got it. That's it, yeah. I got papers on you.
Papers on you. You was locked up.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll get out of jail. The redemption. All right, so come on.
Con. It says, who are the confidence of all the ends of the earth, and of them that are far off upon the sea.
Yeah, that's the time we're in, man. That far off, that sea representing the people. This is a time where everybody's meshed together. That's why we're in Babylon. The scripture speaks about that confusion about mixing. We're going to that word babal. So that's the sea. So we're in the time, that's why when you read Revelation, the 10th chapter, it speaks about, matter of fact, can you get that? You'll prophesy again before many kings, because that represents a time where everybody will be together. You'll be connected to a system. The internet. Come on.
Book of Revelation 10 and 11. And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings.
See? So that's why you got the translation on your computer, because you're going to prophesy again. But this prophecy, it will be presented, the presentation of it will be really online. You know, we go out on the streets, that's an act of faith, man. You go out on the highways and byways, but the ministry, the reflection, it shines through the internet.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful.
Spirit, So we literally prophesying again, even though that was speaking to John, it represents us. We prophesying again before many people and kings, tongues. See? Matter of fact, and you get that also in Psalms 98. That wasn't what you was reading from, was it?
Oh, a lot of them.
I believe it's Psalms 98.
Yeah.
Yep, get that as well. We got somebody else?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh. I know, I was reading. You got somebody else?
Going back to that suffering real quick. 1 Peter 5 and 10 it says, but the power of all grace who have called us into his eternal glory by Yahweh Shai Mashiach. After that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. So just going back to that suffering. You're going to receive a reward, man. You're going to be draws free. That was really it.
The book of Psalms chapter 98, starting at the top. Oh, sing unto the Lord a new song, for he have done marvelous things.
Right. That complements Revelation 14. The song is the word a new song. This the word, pretty much perfected at the end. See? Well,
his right hand and his holy arm have gotten him the victory. The Lord, Yahweh Shai, have made known his salvation, his righteousness.
He made known his salvation, man. So before we was in this truth, you thought salvation was something that it was completely opposite. Read that again.
It said the Lord, Yahweh Shai, have made known his salvation.
See, so that proved that salvation wasn't as an open and shut case as one might thought, huh? See, you thought salvation, you throw a mic in front of someone and ask them, like a Christian coming out to church, hit them with a trick question, what's salvation? We already know what it is. Well, the day when I breathed my last, depending on how they articulate it, how much season they put on, But ultimately, it was all a farce. It had nothing to do with salvation. It was veracity, man. See? Come on.
God, it says his righteousness have he openly showed in the sight of the heathen.
See? That goes back to what? In people, kings, tongues. So in the sight of the heathen, where this thing will be global, that's when the righteousness and salvation of the Lord will be shown. See? Read that again.
It said the Lord have made known his salvation. His righteousness have he openly showed in the sight of the heathen. He have remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel.
See that? So the Lord remembered, right, that mercy, and it was cemented through the truth. So again, that's why we all here. From the brothers in this room to those amongst you out there that's partaking in the council, man. Your mind, you was drawn in. It piqued your interest. That's heavy, bro. That can directly be connected to the scriptures. And again, Christianity, they don't provide that. They just provide this fear factor. That's the real game that shake you down. Right? If you ain't in the right order with them patterns, you going to hell. Think about that. So now you got the bread coming in. That's a shakedown, man. Because a nigga sent some with mama like, my tights up, Because the fear of That bullshit. But the scripture says you'll be free from the fear of death. I believe it.
Oh,
The
yeah,
fear
Okay.
of
come on.
dying or something. You see, yeah, we got a whole other perspective on salvation, man. We understand there's going to be a destruction. The metal is going to melt.
Mm-hmm. What it is, the elements.
The elements,
The elements
Melt
shall
away
burn
with
fervent
fervent
heat.
All the works
yeah,
thereof.
No land, no work shall
Even
rest.
thought processes is going to be
yeah,
burned.
burn.
Yeah,
Number
all
one.
process.
And a burn is real intense. If you ever had a good burn, I know I had a good burn. Man.
Yeah.
Really, you should remember.
Yes.
It's really that intense. You should remember that shit,
It
man.
is. It is.
But as it were, the Lord have you kind of, you don't really,
Hey.
you have to go back and really think about it. Yeah, you burnt. Oh, yeah, really
When
think
you
about
look at burning and you look at washing is always, surface level is clean, but when you burn something, it's layers. You
Yeah,
burn layers
yeah.
like first degree burn, third, second
Yeah.
degree, it's layers to that burn. Yeah,
That's it. Because it gets rid
yeah,
of its opponent.
yeah.
Fire.
Nothing can withstand it, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Lord really be showing mercy. He showed mercy the first time. He ain't playing this go around.
Hey, that's part of the prayer. Matter of fact, get some real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Going back, hey, that's part of your prayer. For mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 2, it reads,
Mhm.
"O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid."
yeah.
Yeah.
And if I may, that should be
That's
the
what
proper
he
reaction when this truth is presented. You
Right.
should be in fear of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Also, with Joel the second chapter,
Yeah.
the only one that's going to actually react was the holy mountain.
Yep.
The inhabitants of that land trembled at their alarm, man.
God.
It's like you real quick, going back to Noah.
Let's see.
Mosai allow him to see what's going to take place in a later date. And what he did, he was afraid because he moved with fear.
Mm-hmm.
He Mosai gave him a vivid picture. And man said him, that's moving with fear, building their heart. You know what I'm saying? And stumbling about it, talking about,
See? Come. It says, "O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known." And let's show you that really going to take place in the time of Esau. It talks about how his years shall be cut off. Time shall be shortened. And those things happening by the way of these prophecies coming about, from the great awakening to the famine, the sea up, and the destruction. All those things are going to contribute to this man being cut off in the midst of the years.
Right.
It says, "In wrath, remember mercy."
Mhm.
See, hey, that's the time we're in the time of wrath. Going back to the time of Noah, somebody about to get Sirach 44, because we mentioned Noah multiple times today. But the time of Noah is also a time of wrath. Sirach 44 and 17, but that's we once again in that time.
You
Well,
said
got
44:17.
time.
All right, this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 44, verse 17. Noah was found perfect and righteous in the time of wrath.
See, he was going by a certain standard.
God, yeah.
Talk about how he walked with the Most High. That's why he was ultimately preserved. But it said it was in the time of wrath, man.
Yeah.
Once again, in that time, that's why you got drones, mechanical dogs. See, the Lord about to show forth his wrath. Esau,
Right. Right.
this is the time we're in. Slav.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to mention that. The time of Noah.
Let's see.
Right.
That's why Noah keep coming up, man.
Now you got sequence of events that's gonna take place. Like levels to a game. First level, second level, third level,
And that's how the flood was.
Exactly.
We talk about it reached so many cubits, and
Mm-hmm.
it just got more intense over time.
I think so.
Mindsets, doctrines was dying. That rain,
All of that shit went out of order.
that shit went out of wonder, man.
All of that, what Jake got going now, positive energies only, if it ain't serving to positivity, keep it away from it. This nigga woman is on there heavy right now.
Them the niggas who was there, they back now.
Right.
Yeah. So that's gonna fit. I never fit. That ain't gonna
Yeah.
fit.
Joe, why you so nigga?
Yeah, Buffett, man.
I'll
That
finish.
shit, you end up in jail. You know, it's just all kind of crazy. You know, it don't end in peace. Scripture says it end with bitterness.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, before Diddy got locked up, he was calling himself Brother Love, and he was on that
Yeah.
love too.
Hey, look,
The mushrooms.
look what happened to Sonya. What is her name? Sonya. Hey, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Oh,
Boy,
yeah,
you put
yeah,
a
yeah.
hole in your face, man.
Jesus
you call?
rebuked her.
Yeah, Jesus rebuked her, man. You call Satan. Satan came, and what happened? You
God.
boiling water. Satan put you to death, man. Oh,
she-
you get a name of Jesus?
She received mercy from the Lord.
Right.
Just like in the time of Noah, and all those people was on the planet Earth, it was only 8 people that got saved.
Yeah,
it was only 8
right.
people that got extended mercy to, man.
Yeah,
That's a heavy point, man.
yeah.
I got some real quick.
Yeah.
This Sirach 35:20. Mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction, as clouds of rain in the time of drought. And just like when it rains and somebody yawn for the rain to come down to feed the place, that's how it's gonna be in the time of Jacob's trouble. People are gonna be begging for mercy. Whether it be you crying because you want something to eat, you still gonna be begging for your house shot to save you, man. You know,
Come.
just like Noah.
Yeah.
You know, the day before it started raining, nobody didn't give a fuck about mercy. You know, so like for rain, nobody didn't care about mercy. Nobody didn't care about salvation the day before it rained. But as soon as those drops started hitting, that's when everybody started inquiring. But it's too late.
And you had to change your doctrine.
Yeah.
By day 15,
Instantly.
you coming up, you writing blueprints for a canoe or something.
Right. Yeah.
Your doctrine
Just
changed.
because the ark, the only thing that made sense.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
that shit was happening. Rain started subsiding. The ark made sense.
The last doctrine standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's it right there. That's it right there.
Yeah.
That's one right there.
Hey,
Noah was able, it was windows. Noah was able to see him. You know what I mean? Oh, not good.
He saw the fruits of faith.
Yeah.
All right. That's it, bro.
if I may too, hey, you can mishandle doctrine, and that's what the story of Lot's wife is about. I mean, it's like you can mishandle mercy.
Yeah.
You know, if you misrepresent mercy,
Yeah.
you know, you
Damn,
sue at it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the Lord got something.
I got you. I got you too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, let's go. Yeah. Damn.
Right.
Yeah. Shoot my mercies of the Lord. Yeah, I turned to pull us.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, that was it on that?
Yeah, that was on there.
Okay. You got something?
Yeah, I got some real quick. So Ecclesiastes 36:1, it says, "Have mercy upon us, O Lord Yahweh Bashem, and behold us."
If I may, just going back, it said, behold, is that going back to the seeking the face of the Lord is in the same line with mercy, man. But that's what it is. The Lord shining his face upon us, giving us this understanding. That's mercy, man. It said mercy and truth are met together,
Yeah,
something to
yeah.
that effect.
Kiss one another.
And that ultimately leads to righteousness and peace. You know? You got it. Doc.
Verse 2. "And send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee."
And that's part of the prayer as well.
Right.
You know, for the Lord to have mercy upon us and bring forth that wrath upon the other nations. From the, the actual heathen as well as 2/3 of our people, man.
Right.
Till the end of the day, everybody gonna know about Yahweh Shemel Shai on whether the deliverance side of prophecy or the destruction part. Because going back in the time of Noah, they knew about the Lord when they were drowning. You know?
All of them
Yeah.
did that moment.
Say, then shall you know.
Then you
Right.
gonna know, yep.
And I believe through the Spirit, right? I'm just speaking as a man. I don't believe it was too many cloudy days.
Yeah.
Else, the reason why I say that, right? The first reason why. Else, Noah wouldn't have got a lot of resistance. There wouldn't have been a lot of pushback.
Yeah.
People say, well, it has been cloudy and it looked like, moisture, right?
Yeah.
I believe the cloudy day it added to the drama, right?
Yeah.
The rain started building up the dates.
That shit
But you can see it now, but you can only appreciate it when you read through the legends of prophecy.
Yeah.
Because you see a cloudy day now, and you just like it's eerie, and you don't, right? But think about it at a time when it was never seen.
Yeah, that scares in.
Yeah, it's really scary.
Yeah.
It adds to y'all you're fucked up, right?
Yeah.
That spirit. That's what prophecy gonna do. It's gonna create a lot of those moments.
Yeah.
You know you done fucked up. It's gonna be an eerie overtone.
Yeah.
And they shall say peace and safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, sudden destruction. Yeah.
Because right now the people, man, look, America through, man. You know,
Yeah.
it's through, man. All right, yeah, come on.
Yep, verse 3. It says, lift up thy hand against the strange nations and let them see thy power.
Right. So we sympathetic to the message as well. We're in agreement with it. That's why it says, send not fear against the nations, but simultaneously save us, Lord. You know, we're not saying that's so harsh to Lord, don't do it. We're saying, no, Lord, it has to be done because
They remember me.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Because even Abraham was like, look, if it's 50,
He got down to one.
right. So now we're in the spirit of, destroy this place. We're in agreement.
Yeah.
So much so that we got an argument with you. You find yourself really back. I don't do it as much as a lot, lately when you go back and forth on the coming board. Right? I used to do that back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you arguing over the destruction. You know, you wholeheartedly taking a hard stance, right, on the destruction based on the Bible. You have no argument, right? You have an argument that's just like Noah. Noah, on the behalf of a divine spirit, was saying this place is going to be destroyed.
Yeah. When you get to a point in the spirit, you just like, man, just stick around, man. Just stick around.
Yeah.
Don't die. I tell Jake that back in the head, man. Just don't die, man. Just stick around.
But your brain, it remembers. It's like a computer.
Yeah.
Real quick, like the guy with his name, Rap the News, it was memories that had to been played back. I've been to Obo and memories. Oh, because it even tell you, like, when you go into, the body, the anatomy of the body, and you stay alive, your thinking, your reasoning can stay alive up to so many minutes. It really ranges, man. Esau haven't figured out where there's smoke, there's fire. You know what I mean? You give me a number, but really you can't tell me the be all end all. So no telling how long a man's conscience can linger. And this, that's the fear, man.
Yeah. I know Esau done did the calculation. I was just looking at it this week. Well, he knows that the human body is conscious of even the things the head is detached from the body.
Right.
It got a sense of the body, even though the head is all the way over here from the guillotine. You for 20 seconds, your body is cognitive of everything that's going around.
And that's why the guy created the guillotine.
Yeah.
They said that he regretted it and thought that this would be the most efficient way.
Yeah.
But he found that out later.
Yeah.
He was tormented with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. But that goes into the fear of the Lord, man. All these people think they get away. You know how long 8 minutes can be?
Yeah.
Like a dream. Like when you go into dreams torment you, man. With the right dream.
Yeah.
Because you face now with, a reality, man, that's a personalized, ain't no plan at all. That's your deepest fears in a lot of cases. So that's scary, man. It's a power that has control over that. So a lot of these scoffers and scorners, they get a lesson. It could be a lesson there.
They watching your lesson.
They watching your lesson, man.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly. He's going to precepts.
Hey, another thing about a dream too. I don't know if you working on it. It's like you said, it could be an 8-minute dream, but that dream seemed like 17 years
Yeah.
in them 8 minutes. So, hey, you don't know how long that conscious stay in that. You know what I'm saying? Stay in that body. Because, like you said, it could be 8 minutes, but that 8 minutes seemed like 17 years. You know.
Hey, because it's a war. Your spirit, you don't say when your spirit technically.
No, you don't.
They really pronounce you clinically right dead. But really prior to that, there was a lot of cases of people waking up in the casket. Where they had even devices where they had contracts where they made people come and check their grave for so many years to make sure that they dead for the fear of waking up.
They keep a bell inside.
Yeah. And so you don't really control that. Remember, even Yahweh said, "My soul, I commend my soul." That's a powerful exchange. You can't
Yes.
You know, call spirits back, and
Yes.
that's why you fight. Oh, scripture say, you get that? There's a constant.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 8:8. There is no man that have power over the spirit to retain the spirit.
Yeah.
Neither have he power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in that war. Neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it.
So if you see someone dying, they depict in the movies and whatnot. You see somebody shaking, that's an accurate. They be fighting for their spirit, But you can't win that war.
Yeah.
The Lord in control whether He keep that spirit in you when you take it out. That's not random. It's really not up to you in a lot of cases.
Right.
Commit suicide,
Scripture speaks about the Most High alone in you, your spirit.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I think that's Rock 16. You can nose in on that?
Okay.
Yes, sir. You got somebody here? Now we can go back.
Sirach 36:4. As thou was sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us.
And if I may, read that part again out, Bible Shop.
As thou was sanctified in us before them.
And yeah, we were being separate by the way of this word. That's why people look at us crazy. It talks about that in 1 Peter that you right now with them. Because ultimately it's this word that have separated us, from the people, man. So we gotta out.
Yep, it says, so be thou magnified among them before us.
And that's when these prophecies, come blossom fully, man. Because somebody got to play part of the family. Somebody got to be eaten by the teeth of the wild beasts and, the captivity. But the Lord is going to be spread. We're going to be in the midst of it. You read Job, Job 5, I believe. Yeah, Job 5, but we're going to be preserved. Lord, we're part of that righteous number. But there's going to be the Lord magnifying himself by the way of these things happening, man.
Right.
These prophecies.
And he's doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
Even the brother mentioned Sonya, right?
Right.
But other forms of judgment. I've been saying this in the spirit. A lot of those are scoffers, man.
Mm-hmm.
When you waiting on a moment like, oh, you KJ5 240, you the guy, that's his hammer. You the YouTube guy. Oh, so aha is you. You the guy who has been scoffing me over the years. It might not be like that. It could be like that, but a lot of time in judgments that's made public, those are guys that were scoffing, man.
Yeah. That's why we don't feel no way about it.
It's like when you waiting on those judgments to manifest.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, I say it's literally like we don't feel no way about it because we expected the judgment of it, man. It's like we ain't excited about it. Like hey, another Jake put it there by the hands of the Lord, man. It is what it is. Just move forward.
We know the scripture.
Yeah, we understand the scriptures now.
Whoever perished, been innocent.
Yeah. I know that Sandra Bland threw a lot of Jakes off in the spirit. But this right here, I'm not moved at it. By the least, brother.
None of that shit really. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even when they choked Big Boy out,
Yeah.
I was always in
Gardner.
the spirit. I was always in the spirit. That nigga was selling cigarettes though, man.
Yeah, I always say good for that big nigga, man.
And because one thing, niggas always so rebellious.
Yeah, man, all the time.
Niggas always seem to overlook the motherfucker who didn't have on his seatbelt. He wasn't doing the right thing.
And they do it with cat eyes, man. Big sad cat eyes and shit.
Yeah.
You feel
The
bad.
nigga Scrap was showing first. His motor skills was a tad bit off because he was high.
Yeah.
So okay, you did something, right? I even saw the strap. I'm looking at, you had the strap. So the cops saw.
Right.
Even if not that, a nigga, he's staring at the glove compartment.
Yeah.
The cop pick up on it, Jet, they don't exhibit wisdom, man. And you desire, you say, well, you know what, I want them to be That's the real reaction.
They won't get justice if they don't
Right.
get put to death.
Because you're like, okay, what's the big picture? What's this guy gonna do, man? He ain't gonna come in, he ain't gonna check in with a cap. He in Cincinnati. He gotta go, man, you know? Like that cut, come on.
One more. Yes, Rock 36:5, and let them know thee as we have known thee.
That's it.
That there is no power.
Hey, that's the time we coming into, man. Everybody gonna know Alashadja just like we have been made known to Alashadja, man. Why? That's through actions. See, we know Alashadja because number one, we believe. All right. We got that photographic memory, so to speak, to remember. But these people have no clue. Right now, they don't believe, but they will know the Lord as we know the Lord. They're gonna know the Lord as this terrible demon like power when all hell breaks loose. You got it, bro.
It says that there is no power, but only thou, Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah.
That's right.
So it went orchestrated by your miscalculations.
Right.
It's gonna not really boil down to that. You're gonna find out. No, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with me or what I personally could have did.
Right.
This was literally an out of this world, you know. It's gonna be far beyond your mishaps, your miscalculations. It's gonna be completely out of your control. See? And that's the same with the flood, man. All right, so Khan, that was it on that?
Khan, the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, I start at verse 18. It reads, the beginning of sorrow and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? And if I may, Slacky, real quick point. That word beginning show you that it's a climax to the evils. It's going to be a climax to the famine, the wars, and these things. You know, it's a beginning now because you can see an arc going on. News clip, you still got the prophets, giving this warning out, man. But it's going to be a point in time where, prophecy is going to be very intimate. Going back to the brother just read it, so Rock 36, they're going to know y'all by Shema as we know the Lord, man.
Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he's near. Isaiah 55:6. So like you said, it's the times. You know the Lord is near. The message is still being put forth. The doors are open, so to speak.
That's right.
Better get them on.
Hey, because once you start hearing those hammers,
That's
you
it,
know,
bro.
that was it, man. The rooms already furnished and laid out, and it wasn't it wasn't no vacant rooms.
Yeah.
Everything was already filled.
It was predestined.
Yep, that's it. It said, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So, just going back, said, behold. So you see these things that I mentioned earlier through spirit famines. It's like the news clips, the articles. You see it, you actually could see these things that's happening on the planet Earth. But it says sent for a scourge for a minute for you to consider, and to repent, man.
Yeah.
But it said they're not turning from their wicked thing. Despite saying all these things, even the shit that happened in America, when the gas shot up and the government shut down, nigga got humble in a sense. Well, right when the playoffs got back going up, shit got back to normal in a sense. You became even more of a nigga now, man.
Yeah. It made me think I just watched earlier this week. I watched the documentary on Haiti. Man, the nigga barbecue. He's supposed to be a leader. It's another one. He's a leader of a gang. Then you got barbecue, leader of Haiti, or whatever. You look now. Esau can go in there with cameras. He can go behind enemy lines and see the dilapidated state of Haiti. He's doing these things only to show us what's to come here in America. Really, he should be fearful to go into that place. This is the dilapidated. This place is through. It has absolutely no government. It's being ran by gangs right now. But Esau can come through and get a videotape of all of this. Why? I asked myself, well, why you allow that? To scare you, motherfucker, because that shit scared the hell out of me. I watched that whole hour-long interview, like documentary, and it was full of subtitles. I had subtitles, but these were the scourges that the Lord is giving unto the earth. Only the men of the Lord willing we be at that number, we become mindful of it. I can show this I done showed it to a couple of people in my family. It touched them not, man. But to us, if I was to show it to brothers, like, God damn, like, and they wake up every day like this, man. But we just ate this morning. We got a little air coming in. This motherfucker literally, he told his son, "Yo, I was a famous artist or whatever." But you know, I'm telling my kids now, hey, get used to this because it ain't finna get no better. We gotta learn how to acclimate and change to what is. I can't. This is all I know is hate. So this is what it is. Ale, bro. The Lord showed us that for us to get right, man. Because those people's going through it. Jake is through. The tribe of Levi is absolutely finished in that place, man. But the Lord has given us time to actually see these things that we may change. Because it's about the judgment of America ultimately, man. You see?
That's the stage.
Yeah, like the Lord is painting these other places out, painting our people, painting out our fellow kinsmen out in these other areas of the planet Earth to forewarn us of the ultimate judgment that's come to America, man. And that was effed up, man. Those kids finished, bro. Finished.
And see, that's the balance of the Lord. So when destruction do come and destruction take hold of you, you can't question their outcome.
Yeah.
Because I showed you everything you need to do and you refuse.
So
that's justification for destruction.
As you mentioned, how ultimately the destruction, the judgment is really main places. Really, America talks about that in Isaiah 47. How the place shall come into perfection here in Babylon the Great. So, yeah, you see about the Venezuela, the economic crash.
Brazil, Italy.
Ain't shit finna talk what's finna go down in America, man. Even the fires, the different fires and protests. We finna see all these things at its highest degree here in America, man. Concerning these plagues, you know. But just going back, we send these things around the world for us to consider and to repent before ultimately hit America.
All things are written for our learning.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. But this ain't about a prelude.
Yeah, because we had Jake, the gang leaders, they said that they was coming against Esau's government. But really, what they did, they turned every Jake into victims. They took over their own neighborhoods and said, hey, it's better you lose your neighborhood and I burn your house down than for you to lose your life, because I'm gonna use this area right here to fight Esau. Tell me that don't sound like Sakari. Don't tell me that don't sound like wicked niggas from the ancient world, man. You just causing more hell on your people than you actually bring a relief, because the relief is coming from the Lord, man. We have got to use these examples in the earth that the Lord has given us and use these precepts to line it up and be, hey, man, walk in wisdom, man.
That's it.
But that's the times we in.
Hey, if I may add, because things are going to get worse. Like the brother just read, this is the beginning of sorrow. So imagine how they doing right there, but just imagine when the money crash. When there's no food out there to eat, man. How people will react then. We know about the sneaker commercial. They say people are not themselves when they hungry. So imagine when all the resources get taken out, electricity, niggas just gonna bug out.
I was just about to say that. The phones, right? You're so intertwined with the system. You have made this nest, right? Our people, they lodged in this nest. This is a system, bro. You see, in the spirit. See, and that's another thing too. That stability of that time, man. You got that goes back to that faith. You got to understand that any time, really the flick of a light. That's why even that spiritual, not to be philosophical or nothing, but just, and you mentioned it, examples that you consider. The light switch. Why is that designed that way? Just the flick, you know, is one of the most subtle things, but yet, it controls the whole dynamic, man. But it's just one flick. And even you can pull that off. You can perform that act. Like I say, Bubba the shot by me. You reach over there and with one flick, you can make the whole setting change. But it's something to that, because that's how volatile this system is. Just like that. But your phones is all built and designed to have you on that wavelength, so to speak. Everything instantaneous. So it's nothing to be like, I can look at my account now and I can look at it 1 second from now and it can change. Back in the Great Depression, right? We've been going into that. But man. Like back in that time, right, it was right at the forefront, you know?
Got some real quick. The word vapor, the word volatile. There's Google definition: capable of being readily vaporized.
But if I may too, right? Just to add, I want to add to that point. Let me let you go back to that. Like in the Great Depression, it took time for you, if you had an account, it took time for you to get to find out about all that. They could have had you on hold, and they did. Look, we'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
You know, you try to control the setting, no riots potentially. So it took a while. You didn't know what situation you might have been in, you know. Now everything is just like this. You can look at your account. Everybody got an account.
Yeah.
So you notice that, right? You'll know. You 11 years old, he got a cash out.
Man, cool.
But it's gonna be a moment where this thing can just switch just like that.
The moments,
All the metal of all of us will be tested.
Yeah.
Right. That's the fear. We know. I mean, just got to be honest. Like, not saying you're gonna just be scooped out, but reality gonna hit all of us. Come on. Oh, Slacky, you have to want to read that again?
This is the word volatile. It says capable of being readily vaporized. You know, just the idea of everything happening all of a sudden is what you're going into. The judgment of the Lord happening all of a sudden. You're not really getting. You got that forewarning that you know when it actually happens, you're going to be speedily ready.
Right.
I made 1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Israel, or the house of Yahweh. You know that's Israel. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh? Yep. And so, you know, dealing with the elect first being chastened. How about, you know, with the situation that the Lord puts us in our patience and suffering and endurance, and then it's going to spread out to the 2/3, going to spread out to the nations, and it's going to be instantly and all of a sudden. So judgment, you know, we got to get well associated and adjusted with judgment. You know how quick it comes. You know, and this is where volatility of the situation we are in now. Lights out type of situations going on. EMP attacks. You look how vulnerable the infrastructure is. You know, with one little missile, not even a nuke, one little missile take out electrical grid or EMP. You know, a lights out situation ain't nothing to bat your eye at. That means all the coolers stop freezing your food. So that's a famine in itself.
And the cops.
Yeah. They asked Texas, man. They going through it. They went through it. I had some of my family members. They went a week.
Right?
Yeah, down there in Houston. I had family members call. I've been on the phone for 5 minutes, no power, 5 days. I ain't 8 and 2. Yeah. Hey man, take it up with the Lord. What you calling me for? I'm not cash apping you shit. You see? Like what good would it do? Like that's gonna be the totality of America in the whole. Like imagine that I call auntie in California. Hey, I ain't got it either. I ain't got it over here. Like that's gonna take all self-esteem, all hope, all anything that you could have had in this society is gonna completely level that shit in that thing, man.
Hey, but that's part of the doctrine too. Nigga know he can go back to mama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That shit gonna fall apart as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because that provokes a reaction. I mean, like a dude to respond to you based on that. I got my shit, you know, I got a soft landing, so they'll say something about the ministry and their security, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of these people that's getting judged, man, they already came up against it. They rejected that peace offering.
Second Ezra 16. I'm gonna jump down to verse 37. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compares her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even come. So he said the Lord is not, because that's a process that you can't turn back. You can't take a woman that was 9 months pregnant until she was 3 months. So the different trimesters. That's a process that can't be turned back. It can only go forward, man.
That's why abortions exist.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take it, turn it back.
Yep. It says
you only water break.
Mm-hmm.
You can't reverse. They already burnt up all the dispensaries, the meat dispensaries, the sheep, the livestock has been destroyed. Bill Gates, he destroyed. You know, you don't feel the after effects of that.
Like them jabs, people that you know they took the jab. Now, couple years later, now you see the results.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
They said what 4 to 5 years you gonna start people falling like flies.
It kills their faith.
Yeah.
When you really go into that jab, when you simplify it without getting too deep, you know what I mean? It kills their faith in a sense. Remember the guy he said, I feel like my faith is gone. So a desperate attempt from E is to stop in, but that's the most out. I'm gonna keep you rebels out of here, you know?
Biological warfare.
Right, biological warfare.
God, it says it's like even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
Beautiful.
So no relief in sight, man. Only help is gonna really be from the heavens, man. It talks about that with Psalm 121. I look unto the hills which come my help. You see, the help gonna come from on high. It's gonna have to take divine intervention, man. Because we how about smell shot and throw the kitchen sink at America, man. We mentioned earlier how these people their lifestyles require, you know, the technology. Yeah. Everything, love and throw the everything. The P trap still on the sink and everything. You feeling everything, man, from any aspect of relief or calmness. How about Shemal Shai is going to take it away? Even he talks about that the plague concerning the plagues of Egypt, that darkness.
Yeah.
It says even fear captured them. So you're going to be captivity is going to be part of that. Fear is going to be part of that captivity as well, man.
You're going to hear strange sounds. They said the sounds of rushing wind.
Yeah, it's just a drop of water.
Right.
Yeah. Trip that.
Wild beast.
Fear, man. Fear is going to be the real thing.
Yeah. They don't know how black it get when with no street lights, man, with no light pollution. Hey, man, dark is dark.
Yeah.
You know,
you're going to hear sounds without the noise of the city.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to hear sounds of the nocturnal animals.
Yeah.
That come out here, and they're going to sound, man, they're going to be making out. Right, they're going to be, intense, man.
Yeah.
That's going to make out to be a fearful time, bro.
That sound right there.
Yeah. That's a part of it.
You get footsteps with it now.
Right. Yeah. And you know it's getting dark. You dread, fuck, it's going to get dark. Yeah. And you hear those crickets. And that's the spirit that intensifies. Yeah, the crickets. And you're going to hear frogs. That's going to contribute to the fear, man. And just like that, you went from scrolling through your Instagram. Right. That was right.
Cause now you out here on the safari like Steve Irwin.
Right. And we got the comfort of the brotherhood. We got the body, comfort one another with these words. Right. The chats that we probably wouldn't have the chats, but certain lines of communication, however brothers can get it, we probably gather whatever, but deep down you're gonna be in some certain spirit because you need that to happen. You know, to that earlier. Right. The fact that Noah needed it to rain. Right. So when we see that, man, it's gonna be a thing of a rush.
Popping bottles.
Right. The rush of it. Yeah. But then you're gonna be like, well, hold up, man, it's happening.
Yeah, it's like the championship fight, man. It's like I'm happy to be here in the championship fight. This means I got a shot, but I gotta win this motherfucker. I still gotta throw the punches. I gotta take the licks. It's still before me.
And that realization gonna settle in as the walk intensifies.
Yeah.
Right. So the reality gonna set in because you're gonna rejoice in the event taking place. But then in the midst of the event taking place, you're gonna actually realize, hold up, I'm in the event.
Yeah.
That's how this thing goes. Yeah, because it's like a point. When you get to the point of something, that's when it's the clearest.
Yeah.
That's why you have, when you adjust your lenses, right? You have sharpness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as you get to the edge of a thing, the point of it, it gets clearer.
Yeah.
It sharpens. So you're gonna know where you stand in this thing at some point. You know?
Yeah. All you can do is like I know every boxer said, but I know Terrence said it the best. They always ask him like, "Hey man, what do you think this gonna be your toughest battle, your toughest fight?" He's like, "Hey man, look, y'all say that on paper, it looks like that, but you say this dude was supposed to be weak. I don't care about none of that. I gotta get in the ring.
Right.
My anticipation is my anticipation and my build up and my preparation for the fight. That's to each his own. But I'll let you know what it is. Really, I know what it is. I can't tell you what it is until I get in the ring. And the first two rounds don't matter to me." He said the third round and beyond. That's when I know what I'm really into. Until then, I can't tell you.
You know what? That's the same. You can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel
You know,
it.
when you feel the intenseness of his walk.
Yeah,
You know.
it can't be felt. You
Right.
gotta feel it. Every feeling is to be felt, bro.
So, you know, hey, with that, you have to adopt that mindset, right? You have to understand that, look, this is the story. And you know what? That's going to fall. A lot of these Israelite groups, their leaders, they're going to be held guilty of that, man. They created this world-friendly setting.
Mm-hmm.
They took the attention from off of the evils, man. See, if you're in the spirit, you're going to eventually speak on famine at some point.
Right.
Right, because that spirit, the Lord about to open up. So why wouldn't, right, that act be promoted? See, that's the point.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna jump down verse 68. 2 16, verse 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols." If I made it going to the concentration camp, the devil coming down with great wrath. Say that burning wrath. That's that. It show that you read scriptures, that Jake lingo. Now what Jake say, 38 hot.
Yep.
That's the same. That's to show you this. With the Israelites through the spirit, but this is going to Esau coming down that great wrath, these concentration camps, and ultimately when that sea hill is be presented unto you, man. It says, "And they that consent unto them," see, "and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot." So going back to that sea hill, being like you being held down, like that guy that was refused to take. He was in the corner. All the doctors they were trying to get him to take the jab.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna be presented unto you, and you're gonna
accept it.
Yeah, right.
It says being idle. Read that part. That being idle.
Con. 16, verse 68. "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is coming over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle."
Being idle, all right, is in like you ain't moving, you ain't living.
Without work.
Yeah, without work. That's it made me kind of think of what Barzal went into to be bored. To be bored is a hollow. You missing something. That's the same thing. In those moments in them concentration camps, Jake gonna be bored out. He gonna be thinking about what he used to do. That chip is gonna bring forth. That's gonna be his way out of that motherfucker. That's gonna be the key. That's gonna be the hole to his border. That's gonna fill him. That's gonna be his fulfillment. Right then and there. Read that.
It says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision."
Oh, so damn! I thought this was gonna be my end all be all. I thought this was gonna be good. This bitch came with a side effect, just like every other thing Esau ever gave us, man. This bitch came with a side effect. Now it's that grievous sore.
Right.
You see, I took the chip. I thought I was gonna be able to open the door. No, you got a blister the size of your fucking head coming off your wrist, man. Read that.
It says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision."
You gonna be made a sport, something to laugh at by the prophets because they had us in derision. Now look at you stupid nigga. It ain't felt too well. We're gonna be on our Charleston White shit in that day, man. You got it.
And
we should be good, but we about to really close.
And in reproach and trodden underfoot.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the end all of Jake, man. To be treated like trash, man. The same spirit in which you treated the Lord's truth, you treated this knowledge, this gift of faith, hey, you're gonna be treated in the same regard, man. When you could have had you had your opportunity to walk in faith, to show it, to exemplify, to be that walking example of it. You said to hell with that, man. Now you be an example of destruction. What happens when you forsake the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua when the door was open unto you, man? You're gonna be held in the ridge. Damn, I trusted this motherfucker.
Oh, that perplexity. Luke, the 21st chapter.
But that's what the scriptures tell us. Hey, he shall be pricked therewith. You know, same as Gad and Reuben. It's the same moment, man. It's like, damn, I thought this was to save us.
Yeah, because once you was warned, now you was given the alternative. Now, see, that's going to contribute because a lot of you going to say, "You guys was right, man." Because really, especially with this whole Sea Hill thing, the Lord set that up, right? The prophets of Great Millstone at the forefront of that campaign. So yeah, come on, we can talk.
Verse 70, it says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire." So if I may, as these things unfold, the Lord is going to make known who his elect is by way of being preserved and kept. Somehow you still eating.
Right.
And that fat nigga, he's smaller than you now. Nigga that vexed you or whatever. Or these different plagues, as I mentioned, Job 5th chapter talks about how you shall laugh in the destruction. So what type of state the Lord gonna have you in during that time, man?
The same mind.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's going to be your biggest defense. Your state to be able to stay stable mentally
That's right.
without bugging out.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, it goes back to your face.
That's it.
Like I said, and it's going to be based upon the things that's taking place.
Exactly.
Like the things that's falling apart, that's going to really stabilize you.
Yeah. That's it.
And as the trembling come through and shake, it's going to stabilize you. You know, everything fall around. That's when the stabilizing happens. Yeah, you get a little cold. You're going to shift into a mold, man.
Damn, boy.
And you see where it makes sense because as the prophecy's going to bloom, you're like, damn, you know. So when you get to that moment, man, that hard shaking, actually gonna, stabilize the act itself. Like, man, look at that, we help, you know.
God. It says, "Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord."
See? Oh, that's the invited. You know, we have come near. The scripture speaks about that. Those who are near unto me. Right? So this intimate setting. Hey, what the scripture say? Whisper in their ear. What I tell you in the ear. You got to get up and close and personal. I got to call you in for the embracing. So you come into this thing, and this is a secret briefing.
You enjoy my blissful intercourse.
Right. That's what it is. Blissful intercourse. Come on.
God, hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
See?
Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your God, and the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts.
Right. See? That's really keeping the doctrine, man. See? What?
Said the Lord power, let not your sins weigh you down,
See?
and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
Right.
God, woe be unto them that are bound with their sins.
Right. You haven't been cleared. You are bound by your sins. And you're going to see what is going to idle as well. Well,
and covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns.
Right, there's no work been done. Like if you go to an establishment and it's overran with weeds that haven't been kept. Matter of fact, if they haven't been kept, right, and pretty much cultivate it, you're not going to be compelled to enter into it. You're going to deem it as ran down.
Yeah.
See, read that again.
It says, woe be unto them that are bound with their sins,
See,
and covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns,
see,
that no man may travel through.
yeah, it's not vacant. It's right. It's vacant.
Yeah. It ain't been weathered. It ain't been worn. It been trouble.
All the lights is not on. You know what's the old saying? Right. Go ahead.
It is left undressed.
It is left undressed. See, and that's another play on words, because what this thing is about, being clothed and not being naked. So as touching a field, if it's not dressed, that means it's not kept.
Yeah.
So that also applies to being naked. Read that again.
It is left undressed
See,
Cold, boy.
and is cast into the fire to be consumed.
see, it all goes back to the destruction, man. That proves that the doctrine is airtight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Lord is a constant reminder of the destruction. See? Which is a constant reminder to what? Continue to desire for mercy, humble ourselves in the sight of the Lord, do this work and hope to the end. So I don't it, right? Hey, so with that, we give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakodash.
The Lord, our teachers, the head apostles, the elders of the millstone, so the one to the fellow laborers out there, and as always, believers, to the next time, so long.
Shalom.